Okay, now Lynn, let's see.
Jesus. Sorry,
Yes.
brain's decided to have fucking spasms.
No, you're fine. I have to see if I can find.
God.
I see a goose.
I'm glad you see something because I don't see anything yet. Oh, hang on. There we go. Yeah. It's still. Oh, hang on. Although it's not as bad on this one.
Yeah, let's just do this one.
It's still. Oh, hang on. Although it's not as bad on this one.
Yeah, let's just do this one.
It's still. Although it's not as bad on this one.
Try to get it nice and close.
Okay, if you place it in front of the box, it should be able to pick you up.
Here, I'll grab my phone as well.
I am seeing you. So yeah, you can see all three of us.
I've got the pop-up notification. Oops. I got the pop-up notification for the other one.
That's so annoying. I turned it off because that's so annoying.
Yes, it is.
Oi.
What is up with that? I'm so confused.
I don't know. Okay. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us through this static?
Never say how to hear me.
Maybe that's why all of our responses are so weird, is because
Maybe.
audio is like
But
crap.
I've listened.
Gary says yes. Good. Okay. So we are going to discuss horror movies and what makes a horror movie.
Yeah.
I know nothing about horror movies, so I will not be contributing very much to this discussion. If you have a favorite horror movie, we've heard of it, maybe we will comment. Maybe.
Maybe.
Joe's on Joe's on hers. Joe's on his phone, Angel's on her phone, and we know what we're doing, we really do.
Right.
Are you sure?
I'm sorry it's been a drag. I'm tired of my brain is not functioning.
She's being dumb. Okay, I might say let's wait until we get some other people.
We got
And-
5, so we can certainly wait to get to the serious discussion of what is.
The 30-second take is not sponsored by Mountain Dew, and it's Thursday.
Oh, I'm thirsty, so I need to get a drink.
Oh, what drink you want?
Hi, Mimi, hi, we go places I hate horror movies. Don't do them.
What drink you want, bitch?
Anything that's cold, Dr. Pepper, Coke, I don't care. I'm not picky. I don't know why I keep putting this there.
I meant to grab a Dr. Pepper, but I got Coke, so I'm glad you're
I don't care. I am very flexible.
Glad you're fine with Coke.
I am fine with anything. Thank you, my throat hurts.
Oh, yeah, I felt that, bestie. Oh, I got my Coke all the way over there. Come back, you bitch. Come to me.
Okay. Excuse me.
But yeah, I was gonna say, because I've watched a few of our other lives, and I haven't heard that tinniness, so.
I apologize, I don't know what's with the tinniness today, so please bear with us as we try to figure that out.
No.
Alright, we've got 7 into our chat. We've got some wipe down and Ubus.
Anubis.
I knew I was going to say that wrong. See, this is why I don't do words.
One of the simpler Egyptian names, and you're just like glitching out.
I glitch out on everything.
Yeah.
I'm a glitchy person. Oh. Alright, we're up to 8, so now seems like a good time to at least start.
Okay, so for this one, we're
Okay,
discussing-
Anubis gets points.
Why does he get points?
He picked up the title of the book I was mentioning.
We picked up a book?
Something Wicked This Way Comes,
Ah.
because he has a last name of Wicked.
I don't think that was.
I don't think that that's connected in any way, but alright then.
Well, Ray Bradbury wrote the book, It was also a pretty good movie too. That was surprisingly spooky and scary at point.
All right. If you don't mind, people who are in our chat, and we've got up to 10 now, how do you define a horror movie? Is it something that scares you? Something that triggers you? Something that has gore, violence?
We were talking earlier about future live streams that are coming, and we kind of fell down a hole. We actually do this kind of a lot.
Yes, we do fall down holes and discuss things that do not matter.
But we were discussing, me and Mom were discussing earlier about creepypastas and what makes a creepypasta a creepypasta. And she has different definitions than I would. And then earlier, when Dad came, we fell into a whole nother hole talking about, like,
Howdy, Gerard.
what makes a horror movie. And it also doesn't help that there's like so many
Howdy, Rebecca.
other genres and stuff, because there's gothic horror, there's thrillers, there's slashers.
Angel. Rebecca. Horror movie. Someone running upstairs when they should be running out of the house.
I mean, if you want to put in triple terms, yes.
My brain immediately went to like Scream when the bitch, she doesn't go outside or anything, she's like, I'm gonna run upstairs. I'm like,
However, if you want to define every movie where you're yelling at the character to do something opposite of what they're doing, that puts a lot of things in that field. And not all of them are scary.
I don't want to run and jump in the running car.
why can't we just hide behind the chainsaws?
I don't know about you, but I'm not hiding behind a chainsaw. I'm grabbing a chainsaw and I'm cutting down a bitch.
Cutting and strutting.
We're fucking beating that. Dude, if we were in a horror movie, we would totally survive.
Found footage is good, but that's not a horror movie per se, although that is very creepy.
Yeah,
and
it's a type
can
of horror
be
movies.
in the horror genre.
There's gonna be a crappy sequel.
Yeah. But it's just kind of like, so what?
Don't get me wrong. I liked that. Was it Cloverfield that they did?
I liked Cloverfield.
Cloverfield was annoying.
Well, yeah, because it shook you so badly that you got nauseous.
I don't get motion sickness very often, but it gave me motion sickness, and I couldn't figure out jack shit. I didn't know which end was up, what we were hiding from, where the danger is, were we in danger or were we delusional?
Yeah.
Good point, Lick. That Vampire Hunter D is considered horror anime. It's got vampires. It's got a hero, although he is a dark hero.
If we're going to include everything that has a monster, we have to include like Twilight, and Twilight's not a horror.
No, that's funny because that also popped up. It's like Twilight.
Okay, who says Twilight is a horror movie other than it being bad, horribly bad?
I call it teen angst. I don't call it horror.
Yeah,
Teen angst, I can agree.
It's like a teen. It's just a teen drama,
Yeah.
okay? And again, if we're including like the fucking monsters and everything, there would technically be like Gremlins. E.T.'s a horror movie now.
E.T.'s not a horror movie.
But they got a creature/monster thingy in it because most people technically call them monsters.
Maybe.
Nah,
I think
alien.
I remember seeing advertisements for that, but I did not watch it.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Now, George
It's a
says
new one is coming out. It's M and then the E's a 3 and then
the
GAM.
Saw movies were written by someone with a very sick mind. Yes. This
I
is
love
true.
the Saw movies. Bestie, don't get me started, okay? The Saw movies got me into horror. Those shits are in my favorite movies list forever. Although they kind of went chaotic and crazy as the sequels came. But like, I love Saw. I love like torture films in general. Like, yes. And escape rooms? Yes. 10 out of 10. But very dark and gruesome. Yeah, I will admit that. They're fucking... I would say ask them if they're okay, but it's kind of obvious they're not okay, so...
Hello, Mama. If he was my neighbor, I'd go out of my way not to piss him off. Yeah. you know?
The Walking Dead is not a horror movie, nor is it a horror show.
Yeah, it's more disaster.
It's a disaster flick.
Yeah.
Disaster / zombie. I mean,
You can't say every zombie movie is a horror movie. It is an apocalyptic TV show.
I think post-nuclear would be apocalyptic. There was nothing-
Apocalyptic is anything that kills 90% of the population, and therefore it is apocalyptic.
Wait, what makes a disaster one then? Only 70% good?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a percentage part that we're missing here?
Disaster movie means that
We're
there's
getting
40.
really specific.
Our phone lines are open. You call us and let Sue know. What's the percentage? Phantasm, another great scary old horror
Okay,
movie.
90%
The little silver ball. Yes.
is disaster. You heard it.
A disaster flick means that
I'm
there's
sorry, your movie's only 68% scary.
You're in the wrong category. Go over to
low
the
grade,
disaster flicks.
You gotta get to 70% to be horror.
A disaster flick generally does more physical damage, buildings and weather and stuff like that. When I think disaster, I think that's more in nature or, even some of those.
Like a day after tomorrow.
Like the day after tomorrow, or
Yeah.
the moon falling one that they did recently.
Yeah.
Earthfall. or
And then
whatever
look like
it's
a-
called.
Whatever it was called. That gives us more physical damage. It's a
Yeah.
destruction movie.
Okay, that's
because we're
valid.
destroying things.
Yeah, that's valid. That
But I
really
mean,
fits.
you think about zombie movies, okay? Go back to the original Alpha movie, when you talk about...
Phantasm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Phantasm
I
was
heard
that happy little one with the...
We
with
also
the
are not
balls here.
film majors or anything. We don't have any fucking research in any of these sequels, so
Strangeland with D. Snyder.
we're
Haven't
just
seen
going
that
off
one
of our fucking
I've heard of
opinions and shit.
Strangeland.
yet. The Hamiltons?
The Hamiltons.
Haven't heard of that one yet.
Alexander Hamilton.
When I think of Hamilton, I think of that
But-
family. I think their name starts with an H, but I don't know if it's Hamilton.
Well, there was Hancock, but
No,
that's a superhero, not a monster.
We're in the wrong. We're not even on the same page.
Yeah,
We're not even in the same chapter, same book.
What are you thinking of?
I have no idea. It's not a movie thingy. It's a YouTube thingy I'm thinking of.
Okay, now you're just throwing out directors. I don't know any directors. You guys know any directors except for like,
No, I'm terrible with directors.
if I like the movie, I like the movie. If I end up finding out that one director made another movie that I like, I might check out his stuff and start recognizing him. Like the dude who made Scream, whose name I can't fucking remember at the moment.
Danny has mentioned the Halloween movies, which I have not seen any of, and I will not see any of. I like my sleep with little
Halloween is fucking good too.
Okay.
I love them.
Let's go ahead and talk to the grandpa of the whole thing. We got George Romero here for the list. We got Night of the Living Dead,
No.
1968. That was a zombie movie. That was basically considered one of the first zombie movies that they made.
I remember people
He
talking
also-
about it.
Yeah, he also did Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
Does this look like Wednesday flashbacks?
So are we putting like zombies in their own little category for like zombie
I'm
horror?
just saying that zombies cannot be strictly
No, I know.
horror.
But he also did
Like
things like The
comedies.
Dark Path, Monkey Shines. Both of those are nice and scary too.
What makes a zombie movie a horror movie though?
Yeah.
Compared to like, I don't know, like a apocalyptic comedy's obvious because it's gotta be fucking fun.
I mean, if you also want to play with it, you can think of Poltergeist, or like that list that we were showing. The Exorcist, Rosemary's Baby. Those are both scary as heck.
Okay, so more paranormal movies. I don't know.
Well,
Those
the-
American Werewolf movies. That's
American
very
Werewolf
specific.
in London. That was a good one. So was American Werewolf in Paris, the sequel.
Oh, good. I'm glad you know
Also-
what he's talking about. Because, like,
Gerard-
that's very specific. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Gerard, you misspelled werewolf. It's a very simple word. I don't know how you did that.
Gremlins is not a horror movie. It's
What?
Wes
one?
Craven! That's the bitch! Wes Craven's Gucci.
Wes Craven is awesome.
Thank you, Anubis. I love you. Thank you. Wes
Books
Craven
are good,
is
too.
fucking awesome. He's amazing. He's like a fucking god in a horror movie.
Wasn't he the guy that did Demon Knight? I think so.
So,
Sounds familiar.
I know nothing. My job here is to know nothing.
I don't know. Everyone point.
Black Christmas is the.
Ooh,
Prototype
yeah.
with slasher
Thank you. I
films?
can't remember what that was.
You fucking idiot. Go
I
back to
agree.
English class.
I'm tired of my
My
head.
God, what is that word? Prototype? Prototypo? What the hell?
They were discussing
Carrie was
Carrie
awesome.
earlier.
Gerard, I agree with you. The first one was excellent. The second one,
They should have left the first one alone.
Yeah.
Like it just ended perfectly. It was fine.
exactly.
Also, speaking of Black Christmas, that was a good one. Definitely. Yeah.
Monkey Shines. There you go. Another one of George Romero's pieces.
So when you think of horror movies, how do you define a horror movie?
Yeah, because that's
Because
what we're wondering.
You can't just say, I mean, I guess you can just say scary movie. But if you do that, that's going to take a lot of things off the plate for Angel, because there aren't a lot of them that scare her.
And then on the other side of the coin, think about a movie like, say, Alien. The original scared the hell out of you.
And it's
That basically, instead of putting it, in a cabin, you're stuck out here on a ship. You can't run from this thing. You're stuck on a ship.
and again, it's like with the horror movies.
And it's eating your crew.
There's so many like
The Omen, that was a good one.
genres that go. They're not. They don't. You don't put them directly in horror, but again, they're like right beside horror, like
Hey, Paralyzed.
apocalyptic.
The
Disaster.
Wheelchair Ninja.
That's an amazing fucking name.
I love that.
I love your
He's
name.
got a pretty cool channel. He shows that being disabled doesn't limit you.
No.
And
Stand back,
as
Steve.
you know, we have a son with a disability. We are very fans
Have
of
not
him.
yet watched The Omen. Oh, yeah.
I have not
Keep
watched
the-
any of these.
Keep the lights on. Demon Knight, Tales from the Crypt. Yep.
I've never seen The Omen. I think I've heard of it.
You haven't seen
though.
what?
The Omen.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's on my list, but I have not seen it yet. I haven't
We got a list to work with on it.
Yeah, baby.
What's wrong with your child? She's watching horror flicks all week long.
Bitch, I'm fine.
Watch her draw a straight line. Chud. Oh, Chud was funky.
Reminds me back when I was first getting into horror, and I just like binged that shit, man.
Howdy, David.
You walk in on me at like 1
We
a.m.
go places. I
Lights
was
are
little when The Omen came out. We were terrified to sleep.
Yeah. But yeah, like lights completely off. 1 a.m. I'm watching
all-
like The Shining or some shit. Like I just binged that shit.
Now, what's funny is, and my parents, they watched The Shining. They read the book. They said the book was much better than the movie.
It's always better.
there.
Look, it's
Yeah.
always
That's not a
better.
discussion.
That's
That's
not a
not a discussion.
Although we have mentioned it before that if we do get the chance, we have books we want to make into movies.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna
would
follow
love
it.
to make a movie and follow the damn book word for
Word.
word,
Yeah.
chapter by chapter, because you can do it.
Hey,
It
Brad.
is possible.
Reminds me of the fact that like A Court of Thorns and Roses is getting its own movie on TV, and I'm just like, don't you fucking! I'm staying
The
away.
Hammer House horror movies. Don't remember those. But then again, I was born in '73, so it might have been a little before my time.
No, I've got no idea.
The Shining. What were my parents thinking? They wanted you to have a well-rounded future ahead of you. Or not to go to any hotel in Colorado ever.
Maybe they just wanted to prepare you for the scariness of real life as an adult.
That could be too.
Humans are terrifying, but also yeah.
I cannot watch
Angel,
horror
you're not
movies
really in the.
night before
I mean, they can
exploring
hear
the
you and
ground
see your
in my mind
profile,
place.
but
Yeah, I
you
can
wanna
see
be
that
like in
happening
it.
in
Yeah.
Wales.
you need to
I
maybe
like
move
hot.
them.
I also find it fun because a lot of these people
There
are
you
like,
go,
oh
that's
my
better.
god, these movies scare the crap out of me, and I'm
Now
just
we can
like,
see
okay,
it.
yeah, I know. Anyways, like a lot of people are like, these movies scared the crap out of me. I'm like,
I had a great time.
okay, these aren't scary in the slightest. What do you mean? I'm not. Huh?
See, some people will laugh their heads off looking at some of these movies, going, "This is not scary."
Yeah.
And then there's other people that will be like, "Leave the lights on for the rest of the week,"
Yeah.
because
Like, yeah, like like I've said before, the Nun and the Conjuring, not scary to me. Everyone freaked the fuck out at those. I'm like, are you good?
Like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I've heard of, and I don't like clowns to begin with, so
That sounds
would
like a
definitely.
crack movie.
It's an older movie, so it probably is a crack movie.
Well, yeah.
The Lost Boys. That's a good one. Spit on Your Grave, a little dark. Silver Bullet. All right, somebody did mention it finally. All right, let's go.
When I hear Lost Boys, I just think Peter Pan, and I'm like, he's not scary.
Yeah,
I know it's not that.
not
that's
that
where
one.
my brain goes.
Yeah, I know.
My brain goes to like a book. One of the people that I love, who's in one of my favorite bands, really likes, and I'm like, okay, cool, book, maybe, book, right book, right book, right book. Yeah.
Salem's Lot. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, another Stephen King piece. Very nice.
Stephen King is scary dude.
Stephen King is automatically like you just know he's another god.
He's the king of horror.
Yeah, he's with Wes Craven. They're like hanging out.
You put him, and I mean, you even look at his earlier works when he went as Richard Bachman. Some of that stuff was both disturbing but also awesome.
Yeah.
Abandoned and Forgotten Whales.
Oh.
Clive Barker. Oh yeah, no, we haven't forgotten him. Clive Barker.
I forgot him. I don't know who he is.
Same.
Trying to think of all the stuff that he did. Hang on.
Again, I'm not good with like directors and stuff.
Yeah, that's
so.
definitely not good with directors. Not even very good with actors.
I'm better with actors mostly because
Hellraiser, I've heard of that one.
Series of stories, The Books of Blood, Gods and Monsters, and he was also Candyman series. Candyman!
Oh yeah, somebody just
And
mentioned Candyman.
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser was fucking weird. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't
Pinhead.
scary. I was just like, what? What's
Why
happening?
were you watching Friday the 13th while babysitting we go? That seems like a bad idea. Chucky is a creepy doll.
Yeah.
I love Chucky. Then again, I was also a John Gruden fan.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, like with actors, I'm a little bit better, but at the same time, I'm still the person that goes like, is that Brad Pitt? When it's like somebody not even close. I don't even know who he
Yeah,
is.
I do have to
Yes,
say
he
the one,
was in the movie with the train, bullet train.
the one story I do love.
I keep forgetting. I keep thinking
with
that's
Stephen
Leonardo
King.
DiCaprio.
No, Leo was
Was
not
when
in
he
that
was
movie.
working
I don't
in
even get those
movie
two
theaters.
confused.
You torture people that sat too close to the screen.
Okay.
You know how they get those extras in the movies, don't you? Those kids that sat up by the front of the screen, they got something to do with the movie.
Oh, good. In that case, you're up.
Goody.
So to define horror, do you have to be scared? Because if you have to be scared, it goes out of like 90% of what's listed as horror.
Yeah. I don't watch horror
So
anymore,
if you were
apparently.
to define horror, what would the requirements of a movie that you put in that genre be?
Yeah.
Ginger snaps. Why are we talking about ginger? Why are we talking about cookies?
And like a lot of people could say like murder or something, but those could go into like mysteries as well.
Or true crime?
Yeah. So like do some of them like do we have to do like an overlap one of the Venn diagrams?
I feel like we're going to need a Venn diagram for a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
Horror. All these little bubbles inside.
Hang on, I'll get the notepad.
Oh, Ginger Snaps is about a girl who turns into a werewolf. Got it. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the cool
Is
kids.
her name Ginger and she goes snap?
I knew a Ginger at work, and we used to call her that. Is Ginger going to snap? She snapped her fingers at
House
me.
of a Thousand Corpses is fucking Gucci. Yes. Get it. He was very down to earth and polite.
They're talking about somebody that Para Life met. I'm not sure who.
Yeah, that's what I
Jason
wondered.
Patrick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never heard of him.
Well, we're not good with names. When it comes to names,
Again,
I'm terrible with names.
Unless they're like big and famous and they made like a lot of movies that I like, I'm gonna forget them right off the bat. I'm just gonna be like, who? And then they'll have to like say a movie or a few that they named, and I'll be like, oh, I know him.
is in the Lost Boys. It's cool. Rush, Sleepers, Geronimo, and American Legend.
Oh, well, we
Tomatoes,
appreciate
Yellow.
that, Gerard, that was added to their list. I don't do horror. I will never do horror. I have a hard enough time sleeping. I have a vivid imagination. I do not need your guys' help in any way, shape, or form. No offense to anybody who enjoys horror. I just can't do it.
I'm extremely sensitive and I should not watch horror, but like I have no self-control. I like the stabby stab. I like the chaos, so I watch it. So Asia has
Asia?
some really chaotic horror, like taste and everything. So yeah, that's valid. Yeah.
The clown wasn't scared. Oh, the newest It?
No.
I haven't seen the newest It. The newest one.
Yeah, I have not seen the reshoot for it yet, so not there yet.
I was not into the first one, so I just like did not bother. The first one was not scary in the slightest, so like I can understand if the second one was not scary. Like
Now we were chuckling about it
Tim
earlier.
Curry.
Tim Curry? Oh no.
who that? Oh, why am I asking you?
I don't know why you're asking me.
Texas
I'm gonna say
Chainsaw
he's a food.
Massacre.
Okay, that's a good one then. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is fun. It's nice and good because it's simple, but it's still fun and still a little scary for most people.
So, question to the people who are not answering any of my questions. For a horror movie,
Call
do you
them out.
have to have a monster / killer to have it fall into the category of horror?
What do you define as a horror movie?
Just watch the movie Sleepers.
Brad Pitt, I know. Kevin Bacon, I know that actor. I think.
He's a food, no, just kidding.
6 Degrees of Bacon. No,
Yummy.
I'm sort of familiar with him, I've heard of that. Midsummer, I didn't.
Midsummer, me and Angel saw that on that list.
Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list.
When I hear Midsummer, I always think of William Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's valid, but also, how the fuck does your mind go to sophistication and everything? Like, oh yes, Shakespeare.
Because I read Midsummer's Dream in high school, that's the only Midsummer my brain knows. That's how.
Amazing. Anything that makes me poop my pants is horror. Well, I don't have a lot of. I'm not a.
In that
horror
case,
person.
Angel does not watch horror. Everything that makes you poop your pants. Angel, you're gonna have to bone up here on your horror because obviously
Nothing scares you.
nothing scares you.
Dude, I'm also the same girl that
So you
looks
think
at
of Oberon and Puck from A Midsummer's Night's Dream?
Yes, because I'm weird like that.
Yeah.
When you said Midsummer, that's what I think. I think pop.
All horror, slasher, paranormal, and all that fits in between the Reign of the Dragon and the old lore of ancient times, like the Mummy stuff and so on. I love
Mummy
all
was
those
not
dimensions.
scary. Well, what it's supposed to depend on which one.
The hell is Reign of a Dragon? That just sounds like a fantasy film.
It is a fantasy film. If it's the one I'm thinking about, it just had dragons.
Japanese are masters at making great horror movies without there being a monster.
No, because for real, definitely. But yeah, I'm also the person who looks at disturbing movie icebergs and everything, and like even those don't scare me, so I'm like,
Howdy, Kenneth. Hey, Defoe.
I
Anything
do
that
say
makes you
that
naturally
anything
perfect.
that makes you poop your pants
Necessary.
definitely does it horror. But when you're looking at a movie and you're just like looking at the description thingy,
yeah.
what is the word I'm looking for?
Description fits. Summary.
Summary.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the summary
Yeah.
and you're trying to decide if it fits the genre. Let's say the movie's not labeled. You're trying to decide if the movie is horror.
Synopsis. That's
Synopsis.
Yeah.
Thank
a
you.
good word.
That's a good word too. What would you look for in the movie for it to fall into this is going to make me poop my pants?
And again, if that's what makes a horror movie, I don't binge watch horror movies.
What do you
Now,
binge watch?
To that degree, Angel showed me a list of stuff of movies, and some of them on the list take 28 days later. Rent terrified me. Yeah, it's a kind of weird show. We wouldn't exactly call it horror. I'd call it real life.
I remember. Isn't that a musical, right?
Yeah.
How is that scary?
See what real life is like. We already live that. Sorry, we live in a horror flick then.
And was
Outer
there
Limits.
anything that makes you not want to turn on the lights or go downstairs or
There
go
was-
up or down the stairs?
There was an Outer Limits that was really cool when it featured 6 people that basically had to keep the planet from being irradiated. And one by one they got picked off.
Oh.
The one guy was waiting to be rescued. I remember Outer Limits. Oh, guys, some of those episodes were something else.
I do agree that anything that makes you afraid to turn off the lights, be alone, definitely
Oh,
would
they all
fit
did.
horror. But that means that nothing that most people consider horror is horror to Angel because nothing scares them, girl.
Anthony Hopkins, true genius, excellent actor.
Anthony Hopkins is
kind of
amazing.
aware of
Silence of the
that.
Lambs.
Here you go. He does Odin at the Marvel movies.
God.
I'll take some phantom beads and a nice Shayanti.
Okay, so Sog likes something more like a Cloverleaf because they didn't show the monster.
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield, thank you. I knew I had it wrong.
Cloverleaf. 4-leaf Cloverleaf. No, that's Chicago. All right.
What's going on? We're discussing what
Hostel
makes
is
a
pretty
horror
good.
movie.
That's one that you never want to take and rent a place from ever again. Give me 1 sec, folks.
I love how a lot of this.
Sugar intermission.
A lot of these people aren't talking about like any of the movies on my list, so I'm just like, okay, cool.
Well, a lot of these are older than you.
Oh,
I didn't find Cloverfield scary. I found it annoying.
I found Cloverfield really kind of fascinating. Like again, not super scary. Motion sickness.
To me,
is
it
kind of
almost played out like a documentary instead of a horror movie.
Well, that was the point. It was supposed to be like a documentary. It's found
Yeah.
footage.
For
Found
me,
footage.
A lot of the found footage is like a documentary. That's the whole point.
For me, I mostly just liked the kind of style, the editing and everything, and I found it just kind of fascinating.
The Wrong Turn is a good one.
Never heard of it. God, y'all gotta get with the times.
The original World of War. That's not
Never
scary.
heard of that.
It's when aliens attack. It was based off of a radio prank that they did in the olden days. There's a book about it. No, I'm thinking World. No, that's
Yeah,
World
you-
of the World.
That's
Never
horrible.
mind. I know stuff.
District 9, that was a kind of unique movie.
You think if we brought up creepypastas, they wouldn't even know what we're talking about? Because they're
Okay.
bringing up such old shit, man.
Does anybody in the chat know what a creepypasta is? Or do you know of a creepypasta?
Blair Witch, you enjoyed? Stop. No, oh,
I think Blair Witch was partially taped up here, wasn't it?
No.
No?
No, it was
Was
taped out on the East Coast in
I was
like
thinking
South
about
or North Carolina.
Is
They-
it set up there?
No,
Oh, I'm confused.
we don't do a lot of stuff over here.
No.
Nobody knows us.
I'm thinking of something, but maybe that's not it. The right of the
yep, Slenderman is a creepypasta.
Yes,
He knows
Wicked.
the basic one. You gotta tell me someone who isn't popular, bitch.
Okay, and you get points for knowing the second creepypasta in existence.
Okay, I
We
will
looked
give
this
him
up
that.
earlier. Slenderman was the second to exist.
Yeah.
So you do get points for knowing the second one.
But also, again, it fits even more because again, he's the second oldest.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, there's another good movie.
Yeah. Let me see. I want to see if I can like think of one that.
There are a bazillion creepypastas. What about
No, wait, don't do them in
scary?
the-
No,
Oh,
scary stories. Does anybody know what the difference is between a creepypasta and a scary story?
We gotta see if they know creepypastas first.
April and I were discussing this earlier, and there are a lot of things that fall into the creepypasta genre that may be considered scary stories. So I want to see if they think of any of those instead. If they don't know, a creepypasta, maybe they think of them as scary stories.
Joshua? Who's Joshua?
I have no idea who
Joshua?
The Howling?
My
That
God!
one was a good one.
He's fucking beating us. We gave him a +1 card. He gave us a +10. What the fuck? Josh. He's like, you think I don't know creepypasta?
I don't know where
That's what you do.
he may have gone back to horror movies. I don't know where he's at.
That's true. That's
So
true.
now they're talking about The Howling, and it was a good movie, and I'm guessing that that's a horror movie.
Yep.
I know just shit. The Carver was another gruesome movie. Now, does gruesome make it horror, or does it just make it gross?
That's a good question. I want to see.
There's The Shining again. The Shining was a good one.
I want to see if I can pull up my list and see if they recognize any of the ones that they haven't talked about that are on my list.
Oh, yeah,
Chainsaw
still
Massacre.
Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Let me see. Y'all heard of fucking Vacancy?
Vacancy?
Vacancy? Yeah. No, of course you don't know, bitch. You don't fucking know.
First, there was Vacancy and there's also Quarantine. They both basically work along the same premise.
Quarantine does not fit into horror. It's more of a pandemic
Dude,
thing,
I don't
isn't
see
it?
Quarantine vibing as the same area.
Basically, it was like
Vacancy.
7 people all stuck to live in one place and slowly they're getting killed.
That does not sound like Vacancy at all. Vacancy was the one where they, like, their car ran out of gas in the middle of nowhere, but there was an old motel that they got, and they were the only persons there.
Yeah.
They
That
got
one I-
trapped in it, and they had to escape.
Movies based off of true facts or stories is definitely good, but that's more true crime. And I mean, I guess there are some horror stories that are based off of real events.
What
Like
about
the
the cube?
the house, what is that? What am I thinking of?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Amityville Horror.
I'm like, I can't access your brain right now, the fuck?
House of Wax, there's a good one.
Bates Motel. I've heard of that one. I think that one's just like
The movie for that is just technically like Psycho.
Oh, is that Psycho?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they were the same thing.
Yeah, Norman Bates.
Hello, mother.
Bates
It's
Motel.
me.
I've heard of Cube and Cube 2.
Oh my god, Anubis knows Cube? You fucking know Cube? Okay, I like Anubis. Anubis is cool.
Hello, Brandon.
He's cool. Chainsaw Massacre. We've talked about Chainsaw Massacre. We've said it like 5 times now, Gerard.
Pandora's Box. There's your Vacancy.
Pandora's Box just makes me think of one of my book series where they open the box and all the demons get out, but they're not bad demons, which makes no sense, but you know. You have to read the book
Saw,
stories.
yes, Saw is fucking amazing. Saw's a good one. So yeah,
The
technically,
History Hunter.
psychological thriller. I really like
Thank
those
you, psychological thriller, that's what I'm looking for Norman Bates. So,
yeah. Psychological is cool because I'm also kind of into psychology, so it's like it's really fascinating how like
psychological definitely is one way to get me without the gore and stuff.
Yeah.
The creepy out, because some people are scary buggers.
It's fascinating how like minds work sometimes.
Jeepers Creepers I've heard of. The autonomy,
Autopsy.
thank you.
Fucking dumbass. My
Of Jane
God.
Doe. That sounds like a true crime thingy.
Yeah.
I've heard of Jeepers Creepers. Wrong Turn, The Hills Have Eyes I've heard of. Wrong Turn just sounds like a movie about somebody getting lost. Like a scary story, like a ghost story.
Kind of a scary story is what it was. I think it was the wrong turn. I think somebody, the car breaks down and the guy goes to give the lady a lift and basically disappears with her. And yeah, the
That
guy
just sounds like
kinda-
every other true crime story out there.
Yeah, it kind of falls into the true crime category.
To
The
what-
Wrong Turn was Inbreds? No, that's the wrong, no, never mind.
You speaking English, buddy? You doing good? You having a stroke or something? That sounded like a fucking stroke.
Was inbreeds weird. That's one I have to take a look at. U-turn.
Night of the Creeps was good, yeah.
There's
13 ghosts! Yay!
How did we all do that at the time.
I've been talking about 13 Ghosts with Angel. She's never seen it. Now I've got to tie her down,
I've
put
never
it in,
even
and let her
heard of
watch it. Yeah.
Thank
it's-
you.
The only 13 ghosts I know is Scooby-Doo.
yeah. And the irony of it is one of the ghosts actually does do the voice of Shaggy in like 22 Scooby-Doo movies. Figure that one out.
Still disappointed in most of these people. They got old ass movies on them.
They're older people, babe.
I know, but still.
Hey, there's Annabelle.
Annabelle?
Yeah, literally the person, not the movie.
I immediately was like, excuse me. I was literally just watching
All right.
Conjuring.
What about haunted dolls? Do any of you know about haunted dolls? Annabelle is a. Is there a movie about Annabelle?
I don't think they made one about her specifically. She was first in The Conjuring, but she was kind of like Drew Barrymore in the beginning of Scream.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that she was like there as a decoration.
movie.
Yeah.
Good night, Paralyzed. Thank you for
Hi, Paralyzed.
dropping in.
Thanks for showing up. Yeah, there
There is a movie about Annabelle. Okay.
The Ring was
I was
good.
thinking there was
The
one
original
about-
Japanese
Yeah,
version.
same. I was wondering because I was like, I could have sworn there was, but at the same time, I wasn't sure.
Now, if I remembered, I think the actual doll is kept in Zach Bagans' museum down in Las
Yes.
Vegas.
Does he have Annabelle?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I don't keep track. I don't. I know she's on the top 10 of haunted dolls. Robert's on the top 10 of haunted dolls.
Ringu, The Conjuring.
The Conjuring was not scary at all. I'm sorry. I don't find paranormal movies fucking scary. It's just like, okay, demon go bump bump, I guess. The fuck? Get a priest or something.
Along with Robert the Doll.
No.
No, Robert the doll's in Florida still, isn't he? Last time I heard Robert was in Florida.
Hang on, I'm gonna Google.
Uh-oh. Spammer.
I see that.
Get bent spammer pew. Let me see, where is Rob?
I have to get to Vegas someday. My Raiders play
Where
there.
is
Actually, they won
Robert
Sunday.
the
Woohoo!
Doll?
Because I didn't watch the game.
Where is Robert?
Oh, he was on tour. I got you. He was on tour in Vegas. That makes
That's
sense.
it. Yep.
It says he's in the
I do
East-
want to see Robert. I do want to see Annabelle someday.
It says he's in the East Martello Museum, wherever the fuck that is.
Well, look it up. I think that's in Florida, though.
Yeah, Key West, Florida.
That's what I thought. That's his home.
Yeah. I'm always kind
The
of
Grudge?
The Grudge.
The Grudge. Every time I
Grudge
hear
is
that
just-
story, it just reminds me of the creepypasta.
I think of the
Dead
movie.
Silence, Bloody Scammers.
I watched the movie
Well, that's
once.
real life.
That's real life.
The movie was just, it was just stupid to me. I was not scared. I was like, okay. It was like the same with like The Nun. It was basically just like The Nun, and I'm just like, okay, I'm bored. Can we like time skip or something? Can something interesting happen?
I will have to say it, you know, with that one movie Angel was just mentioning, they're going to have to make the second one, or call it Second to None.
This is where Angel beats
Come here.
Abuse the father time.
Fuck you.
It was better than Darkness Falls, I guess.
I didn't know that, Annabelle. Thank you for that information. I've heard a little bit about Robert on my paranormal jaunts through YouTube.
Oh, cool.
I know of 3 or 4 creepy haunted dolls that are famous. I wouldn't mind seeing those.
Of course, then there was our trip to the Newell Museum, and the second floor had
I'm sorry, I don't.
all the frickin' dolls.
I don't know how that lady thought collecting all those dolls would not get her a place that was haunted.
Oh,
They even had like a fake Annabelle doll, if I fucking remember correctly.
I think they had a Chucky or 2. They had one of the dolls.
Yeah.
I think it was Chucky or Annabelle.
It was just, no, thank you. Stay the fuck away from me.
Barbarians. That makes me think of an old school.
I have not seen
Six
Barbarians
Flags.
yet.
Yeah.
I think I might have to try the original for The Grudge then, because the version I watched was just, it was shitty, it was boring, I hated it. It was just like, ugh, no thank you. Bye.
What are you talking about right now? Oh, you're talking to Sog.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused.
heard of Barbarians, but I'll look it up after this. I am off to Dreamland Nightmare on Elm Street. Have fun.
Night, Danny. Don't dream of Freddy. He was Friday the 13th, right?
Yep. Friday.
Freddy Krueger was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Damn it! I knew I had it right.
Dumbass! Fucking idiot!
Hey, I don't know serial killers. I don't know scary movies. I know nothing. My job is
She
to
really
nothing.
mixed up one of the most famous fucking horror icons. And she's like, Freddy is Friday the 13th, right? Like, what the fuck?
Now, everyone, please join me in a head-shaking ceremony.
The Entity from 1982. I was
Second
four.
rubbish. Nightmare!
No, you gotta pronounce the Greek letter in front of it. So, Psi Nightmare. Hi, Psi Nightmare. I've never heard of Behind the Mask, but I will look that up.
I was gonna say I've heard of The Mask. It has Jim Carrey in it, but that's not what we're talking about.
No.
I at first I didn't see the word behind it, so I was just like, The Mask isn't scary, unless there's more. Well, I'm sure it's some common titles. So.
You know, it's also funny with Anubis, because the name of the Egyptian god, but also in Animal Crossing I have Anka, the other Egyptian god, and in the book I'm reading, there's a girl literally in the Egyptian underworld talking to a few Egyptian gods, so I'm like, okay, who the fuck's coming to me now? The fuck?
Lisa Bittner?
Bittner? What the hell is that?
I have no idea. Very random comments sometimes.
Yeah.
Leslie Bittner.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We're all pulling together. Perfect.
We're all confused. You're finally getting
We all
the chance
proved it,
to be
yep.
normal.
I get to be included. Yay! But we just thought it would be fun to share our discussion because sometimes we.
Oh, Leslie Bittner is the guy behind the mask.
Oh.
Okay.
What's the mask? No, I'm just kidding. I know it's a typo.
Don't ask.
Leslie Vernon.
The best.
When I see Vernon, it just makes me sort of think of Ernest, and one of the few Halloween movies that I think's personally kind of scary. Ernest, say, Scared Stupid.
Okay, quick question for the people in the room. Do you think the movie Event Horizon qualifies as horror?
No, that's a disaster flick.
Also, the best horror movies are sci-fi. Not in my opinion.
Event Horizon basically is a sci-fi slash.
You don't have to have sci-fi
horror,
to make it horror, but
because basically a ship interdimensional jumps into hell and comes back with demons on board.
I just find sci-fi kind of boring, to be honest.
I see I miss a bot in the chat. It's okay. Welcome to the troll list. Tin Man. He's out magnet fishing.
yeah, but it's our first bot nightmare as far as I remember on a live chat. We've made it. We're popular.
See, Nightmare. I can't
The Thing. Yes. Tin Man's got it.
The Thing. Not scary, to me at least.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, see, somebody qualifies it as sci-fi instead of horror.
Also, you're missing
So why do you consider it sci-fi rather than horror?
why are you skipping the I inside? What is this? He's just
The
saying
Thing is a true
it's
classic.
fine. He's saying it's fine.
They carve a big teeth.
I'm guessing that's an actor. Cool.
Of course, Kurt Russell was in there too. He was one of the last guys that survived until they couldn't decide if he was the Thing or not because the Thing kept hopping bodies.
One of the things we were discussing earlier is what is the difference between a horror movie and a disaster flick? To me, a disaster flick means it does more damage than it kills people. Horror movies, well, they just scare me, so I don't watch them, so I don't know enough to feed on that one, so I can't comment.
Anything that is outside the realm of human possibility on this planet is considered science fiction until it becomes science fact.
I guess.
True, that's the definition of sci-fi.
I guess I'm.
They Live. There was a fun movie. It wasn't really horror, But it was kind of a dark future chance, as they call it.
I guess then with sci-fi, with that description, I kind of like some sci-fi, but when I think of sci-fi, my brain always goes like aliens and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not interested in aliens. They're just stupid. They look ugly.
I mean,
They're not
aliens
scary.
can fit into horror depending on how they do it, but
Yeah.
technically anything sci-fi is anything that's not currently able to do by a majority of the people.
Again, he's missing the I inside. Why?
Maybe he just can't type. Maybe his I button's stuck.
Sci-fi, War of the Worlds.
Children of the Corn, I've heard of.
I've seen that one.
Children of the Corn, that's a poster child from South Dakota. Oh, sorry.
Children of the Corn was interesting. I don't consider it scary. I don't consider a lot of horror movies scary.
Hey, Vegas Paranormal's alive. Whee!
We're discussing what makes a horror movie a horror movie. What are the requirements for it to be categorized as a horror movie? Because when we were looking at horror movies earlier, the new Pinocchio movie came up. Anybody who's seen the new one on Disney Plus, do you think that is a horror movie?
Yeah, because there's that, and then there was stuff like Twilight came up, a movie that I really liked called Crimson Peak came up that was apparently technically horror, but I never saw it as horror.
Now, how about at the same time, what about Silent Hill? Because technically it is sci-fi, but given that we just got done playing with the pandemic.
Yes, Hocus Pocus 2 was great. I think it was a good way to end the sisters, but not scary, although it is a Halloween movie.
You're in child-friendly zone at the moment, Vegas. You gotta fall down to the adult stuff here, bestie.
It was rushed. Alien, sci-fi.
Yeah, that's the way I see it. So
What's the phrase? Alien, E.T., sci-fi.
But E.T. doesn't fit as a sci-fi to me.
It's too cuddly.
It's too cuddly.
Yeah, I've always seen
It's
it as
an
like
adult.
a film.
It's a family.
Yeah.
I almost said
Video
adult.
games with Silent Hill, yeah. But then again, some of those video game movies are really lousy and some are really good. So, you know, kind of a flip on that one. Silent Hill 2 was awesome. Silent Hill, that's horror. There's a woman here in Texas trying to get Hocus Pocus banned.
Dude,
because
I've
bitches
heard
come
of
through
that.
your TV, take your
I
kids.
fucking heard of that. I saw an article about that. I'm like, bestie, are you okay?
Insidious.
Like, are you good? Do you need like a therapist or something for this?
As if they needed a TV to snatch your children.
Literally, like, bestie, the fuck. Also,
Most Rob Zombie movies are horror. Woo!
Yeah. God, I love Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie is fucking cute.
Annabelle, yes, we discussed that earlier. Annabelle's a good one.
She's
What was
from
it,
my
Devil's
hometown.
Legion?
Oh no, I'm
Was
so sorry.
Rob Zombie?
What was it?
Devil's Legion? Wasn't that Rob Zombie? One of his pieces?
I can't remember.
Oh no, I gotta look it up.
Anyway, she's from my hometown. I am so sorry, History Hunter, for having to be in the same like town as that stupidity. Like, oof.
Saint Nick.
That also reminds me what the people like.
Satanic?
I knew I wasn't saying that right.
You fucking dumbass! You fucking missed up Satan!
Devil's Rejects. There we go.
My brain is tired, my head hurts. I cannot think.
Satan. So what did you say the first time? Satan.
Witches of Eastwick is not horror, Bernard. That's a Disney Plus witch show.
Yeah, it's also something I hate in a lot of the older horror movies.
Which is the Eastwood wasn't Disney.
Am I thinking of the wrong thing?
I think you are.
What am I thinking of, Angel?
I don't know.
Witches of Eastwick had Jack Nicholson in it.
You're thinking of the Wicked Witch of the East or something? From
No, there's a Disney thingy that has witches that has a similar name. I thought it was Eastwick.
Witches of Waverly Place or something?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Probably.
Yeah.
I bet you that's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. I'm tired. My head hurts. My brain is scrambled. The
Yeah.
Craft I've heard of.
Something I hate a lot about some of the older horror movies is they make witches the main villain. of
Oh, don't
everything.
tell a show like that, History Hunter.
Yeah.
They want to come visit you.
What
Fort
happened?
Hood. Woo!
He lives 10 minutes from Fort Hood.
Oh.
It's a fort. and it's history. So
Uh-huh.
guess where Dad's going?
Alright, you go do that. I'll go look at interesting stuff.
Wasn't that near the Devil's
The
Triangle?
movie
area?
where they turn children into mice.
The Witches of the East, I think is what he's talking.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, my brain is scrambled and I'm tired, so nothing.
The Witches.
If I don't make sense, well, that's normal, but that's
Or
just
maybe it's just a movie called Just the Witches. I'm so confused. Can you guys type actual sentences
So
and stuff?
I think that's the title of it, The Witches.
The Witches. I
Yeah.
think there's a movie called The Witches
Y'all gotta start making actual sentences. I'm sorry, this is weird and confusing.
with Anne Hathaway.
Angelica Houston.
Isn't she the one who did Murder She Wrote recently died? Or am I thinking of the wrong
You're
person?
thinking of the wrong person.
The
Okay.
Shining, we already talked about that one, Gerard. But
Here's
yeah,
Johnny.
a lot of people
Here's
put
Johnny.
witches as the villain of the story, and I'm just I don't do anything, okay? I don't sacrifice
Abigail
children, I
Horror.
promise.
Annabelle Hunter is good.
I'm
So,
gonna-
in order to be a horror movie, do you have to have a scary theme? Like a witch, wizard, vampire, werewolf?
Aliens for some reason,
Aliens,
because apparently people are fucking
clowns.
terrified of them.
Do you have to have a threat for it to be a horror movie?
No. And it has to be a scary. We live in a horror movie. Yes, we
Some
fucking
days,
do.
yes, I guess we do.
Humans are terrifying. No, thank you.
The horror, humans are terrifying. Real life is scary. But if we're actors, I'm not being paid well. I want to renegotiate.
I want more money, bitch. Give me the more money.
But mostly we were discussing, what makes a horror movie? How do you define a horror movie?
Putin is scary, yes.
Putin is very scary. Biden is even scarier because nobody knows what he's doing.
I'm
I
not
don't think Biden
commenting
knows
with
what he's doing some
politics.
days.
I'm not commenting with politics. I'm staying out of that. Although I will agree, Putin is fucking insane. Jesus Christ. Stand with Ukraine.
That's true.
bitches.
You will be a little bit closer, Miss Vegas, and I am looking forward to that. And hopefully, if the budget decides to stabilize in the next year, maybe we'll be able to travel a little bit.
They really think rocks are going to keep her ass inside? Bestie, we use rocks in a lot of our stuff. How would that keep
I've heard that theory that there's a couple of witch graves that are surrounded by rock or by
Metal cages.
thank
or-
you
Yeah.
to contain the entity, witch, whatever.
Iron
We're
bars.
human. We're not vampires.
Not fake either.
Okay, but they'll try anything and everything to do it.
And also, it's just again, why are you scared of us? Just don't be a fucking asshole. And we won't curse you or anything.
It'll be fun. It'll probably be like this, all chaotic, which is why we're doing live, so you guys can get used to us. We discuss things like this all the time, and we tend to get very vocal in discussing things.
My wife has a picture and
Why
I
is he
can show you
showing-
holding a noose reflecting off
He's
our car
showing off the
outside the
news.
graveyard where he hung himself.
Look, this is what I killed myself with, y'all.
Just hanging around. Oh, God. Oh.
Okay,
Uh,
my question is, are we talking about a ghost who's holding his own noose?
I don't know if it's his news, but it just says he was holding a noose and he supposedly died
Salem,
over there.
Massachusetts sounds fun.
Salem I would love to see. It is on my bucket list.
I want to see my besties. Or the ones
Frailty
who
is
are
considered a horror film, yeah.
I'm sure it is commercialized, but that's not the point, Vegas.
"Yeah, we want to go. We want to
Look
go."
up Maxdale Bridge and Cemetery.
Maxdale.
We
Oh,
could do a night camp at Pendle Hill where the Falmouth witch trials were held. Fun.
that would be fun.
That
Stand
place
up
won't
for
be
my
active as
besties.
fuck.
Most of our cemeteries close at sunset. The ones that don't are far, far away, and we'll get there eventually. Wife drowned in the river and killed himself.
I'm highly tempted this weekend to be by, see if we can take and sneak over there by the Deadwood Cemetery.
I'd also like to just
Just
say
because the fact is that I guess it's very active towards evening. Before they lock it up, go up to Mount Moriah and see who we can talk to.
As I was saying, it would be nice to go to Salem and where like all the witches that they burned are, just because for the most part it'd be nice to get somebody who's not a fucking soldier. There's so many goddamn soldiers in our fucking area. Like, can I get somebody interesting, please? We got Jane, which is nice. I like Jane. But I want somebody else, please. And also witches, because my besties.
We have noticed around here that the activity has been peaking up a little bit. Have had a couple occasions. Things will walk right in front of me. And Mommy the other day saw a little girl pop out of the bedroom, waved an arm.
I'm having people knock on my door in the middle of the night. It's happened like 3 nights now, and I'm like, every time I'm like.
Well, we made a heck of a journey on Sunday in the middle of a windstorm, and we saw what used to be an old station, wagon station for the St. Pier, from Fort Pier to Deadwood, stage loading.
Bye, Anubis.
Angel found
You got
a new
good
buddy.
taste. Thank you for coming. He's a cool one. You said hi, Anubis.
Did I did. I told you I'm tired.
Vegas, I may have a problem going down there, especially if there's that many museums. I may get stuck in a museum.
You will get stuck in the museum.
You go.
You will let me out. We will leave your ass somewhere and come back for you in a few hours.
We'll go look at something interesting. Thank you.
I'll be over there talking to somebody. You okay? Yeah, come on in. Meet Ed over here.
I love orb pictures or videos. I'd love to get one. We haven't been skilled enough to get one yet.
You too, Anubis. Cubby. No, thank you. No. No, thank you.
Um,
I'm staying over here.
I understand you're fine. Yeah, I saw that you're very close to your 800, Vegas. I was going to comment that on the last video I watched, and I think I forgot. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Work has been draining me. I've not been working overtime or anything. I just work with stupid people, and it makes my energy levels like really, really small. Really, really small. I can't wait for the holiday season to be over, but thank you. I will check that link out. Twice a day. Yeah, you told me you didn't take in a second job. Good for you, girl. I can barely get through 8 hours. At the job I currently have, I'm glad it pays fairly well. Some days I wish it paid better. Thank you, Hunter. I will definitely look that up. I appreciate that. We're hoping to get some more. We do have a great abandoned spirit session thingy coming up Friday.
You doing good with words?
No, I have no words. I told you, I'm tired.
Clearly.
My brain is dead. There is nothing up here. It is all gone.
Yeah, apparently.
I have like one brain cell, and it's
There's a busy signal coming in. If you turn to channel 3, please.
Also, we're drifting away from our subject of the video. And now that Vegas is here, maybe she will actually, talk with us about it and answer our questions. If she wants to, maybe History of Hunter.
Oh, excuse me. I'm getting tired. It is the end of the night. We have
It's
been.
not the end of the night, it's only 7:30.
It is the end of the night for me. Although I probably will not go to bed for another 3 hours. My brain is shutting down. I've been on a little over an hour. I had a thought. You guys are not helping.
I'm just looking at it.
8:30. It's 7:30 here, History Hunter. We're about an hour ahead of you. No, behind you. I can do math.
She works with money, folks.
I work with stupid people, okay? Leave me alone. I'm tired.
I
Be
need
nice
a
to me.
tinfoil hat to protect my brain cells.
Ugh.
But yeah, Since she's not going to.
Oh, 2:30 a.m. You are crazy, Janard. Thank you for being here. Although I'm often up at 2 a.m., I do not sleep well.
Anyways, we are discussing what makes a horror movie a horror movie. What?
Oh, that's that new Megan. Oh, it's about a dolly.
Was that Sabrina Carpenter?
I have no idea what that was. You have to look up the trailer.
Yeah. So talk to us. What makes a horror movie for you guys? Please, for the love of God, answer.
Nobody has answered that question yet. Because I mean, well, what were we talking about earlier when we were discussing? You pulled up a movie that you considered horror, and I'm like, no, that's a disaster flick. Which one was that?
I have no idea.
Well, there was Night of the Living Dead, but that is basically like 6 or 7 people that get trapped in a cabin, and the zombies keep trying to break in and kill them.
A horror movie makes you scared to be outside in the dark as a grown-up. I don't do horror movies then.
In that case, Angel doesn't do horror movies. The only thing she's scared of are real people.
Yeah, I hate humans. I watch a lot of true crime. Horror movies do not get me.
Does that make true crime your horror then?
Maybe.
That's a possibility.
I'm special. I got a different type of horror.
True crime is not horror per se, but do you consider true crime to fall underneath the horror genre? Because a lot of true crime is very graphic, gory, scary.
I was gonna say, does horror have to be like fake? Because that would be kind of like.
History Hunter says it's like a cabin murders. It's based on a real event than a horror movie. I mean, there you're starting to think Friday the 13th, you know, Crystal Lake and
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's
Jason.
the one with Jason in it?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking dumbass.
I know nothing!
And not the New York Rangers goalie either. Oh.
A good horror movie makes me look over the. Yeah, I don't do horror anymore, guys.
Yeah, the
so,
PBR.
I just watch. What do I technically watch then? What do I binge watch?
I'm guessing the only thing that you could put in the horror genre would be your true crime.
Yeah.
But that means that
A
every
good
other
horror movie makes me look over my shoulder every 5 seconds when I'm caving.
Yeah, we just read that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, Wells does a lot of caving, so that narrows it down a lot because it means it has to be in a cave.
Hey, Ted. Hey, no, you're not Ted. What's his name?
And that's Abandoned Wells.
You know what you should do? You should totally check out this one really cool short story. It's very inspiring, called Ted the Caver. You're gonna like it. It's very inspiring.
What was the other one about the dude that actually got stuck in a crevice for 144 minutes? He wound up cutting off his own arm. That's not horror. That's more historical.
That just sounds like a true crime thing.
It's not a crime
It's not
thing,
a
but
crime,
it's
though.
a true life.
True life
like
documentary type
It's a
thing.
documentary thingy.
Yeah.
I
A
know what
good
you're
horror
talking
movie
about,
makes
though.
you leave on the light when going to bed after watching it.
I'm apparently watching the shitty horror movies, which all these people say that they're like good movies and everything. So
Abandoned, I was going to say the same thing as being in the dark. I like the hair standing out, knowing that there's a boogeyman out there. Boogeyman not scary. Ghost not scary. Vampire not scary. Mummy not scary.
How do people find mummies scary? It's very confusing.
They can crush you and they can eat you.
Don't fuck with the mummies then. Why are you fucking with the mummies?
Nobody knows.
You can only get cursed.
They have-
You're fucking
They have
with the mummy
gems.
because you can't find daddy.
Dad. And this is where Joe gets murdered on YouTube because
It's about to
he didn't
become a
watch
true
it.
crime documentary.
I get to die again.
No! Our neighbors
the
are
chaos of my life.
Our neighbors are just like, what
We
the
do
fuck?
this all the time. Angel's always doing there 6:30 where you are. It's still early for you, Vegas. I almost said paranormal. I mean, that's technically right, but I was reading it backwards. I'm dyslexic, by the way. The more tired I get, the more obvious that becomes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I guess I don't do any horror movies, I guess, guys, so don't know what to call the movies I watched, but
I think the biggest problem is that since the 80s going forward, a lot of, for the lack of a better term, diversification has happened with that genre. Because you went from, basic horror. Then you went into sci-fi. You went into true crime.
And
Yeah,
You went
psychological.
into psychological.
I think at this point you just do like a Venn diagram because they share.
Yeah, because it's such a
genres.
bubble of all these different
Yeah.
things that can. To what might scare me, you have no problem with. What
Yeah.
might scare mommy, I have no problem with.
Everything scares me.
We look at The Purge and think this is normal.
Yeah. You look at the stuff with like aliens, like The Thing or something, you're terrified of it. I'm just fine. It's not horror.
And like, back in the days, vampires might have scared people. Nowadays,
Now they're
man,
shiny.
of course, we can blame Twilight for that too, because everybody thought vampires were cute and cuddly. The vampires that I grew up with, they would fuck you over, drink your blood, and turn you into sheep.
Yeah, my vampires that I know of, coming from a completely different generation, they're not cute and cuddly, mostly because I never did Twilight. But my vampires are just edgelord. They're fucking edgelords like Raymond. Roommate.
You had it right the first time. Raymond.
Okay.
No, not Raymond.
No.
Roman.
What's his name? Roman? Okay,
Roman.
Roman's right?
Yeah, Roman.
Hey, come in.
My brain said, I said Roman, and my brain was like, Romaine lettuce? I'm like, no, what?
When we get tired, we get random. Especially me. I tend to get random first.
I hear you there, Sog.
Well, technically speaking,
Hey, Cheetah!
well, I was gonna say there are things that do technically scare me, like the backrooms, but that's a creepypasta, and that mostly just fucks with my like extreme paranoia and the fact that I thoroughly believe that there's other universes and shit that we could fall to.
See, the two things that affected me as far as vampires go, first of all, the first real vampire movie I watched was The Lost Boys. They weren't horribly scary. Granted they could fly, but the ones that really played with my mind was off of Jihad, the card game. Because basically, you think of a vampire, they're faster than you, they have manipulative abilities. You consider yourself a human, you are a class 0, which means even the weakest vampire still can do things we can't. And so that's when you get to look at a vampire and go, okay, what gen is it? How strong is it? How fast is it? There are some vampires that could go out in daylight. Those are old vampires. Those are ones you hardly see anymore. And if you see one, you don't want to be around it because it could probably kill you without a thought. And so that's when you started getting into stuff that, now these vampires, Twilight came along and I'm like, seriously?
I only watched started Twilight because it was a vampire movie. I got about 10 minutes in and I'm like,
I'm done.
I'm done. This is teenage drama bullshit.
I watched just like a psychologist react to all of them, and I was just like, Edward, you are a stinking piece of fucking shit. You are so toxic. Same with like the Jacob Wolf dude. They're all so toxic. But Bella's just better off by herself, thank you. And even then, she's just sorry. Depression. That's all I know. No friends, even though I have people who want to talk to me. I'm so alone. Somebody help me. And I'm like,
Ben Stoker's vampire film. I've not seen that one. I've heard of that book.
yeah. But yeah, again, for vampires, for me, I'm not scared of them. Like, I just vibe with them. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with them.
Oh, Queen of the Damned was a good one. That's part of the Interview with the Vampire series by Anne Rice.
Aren't they doing a new one of those?
Yeah, they remade it. Now they,
Isn't it like a series on one of the streaming
two of the
things?
vampires are actually gay lovers.
Yeah, bestie.
I'm not sure how that
Representation.
works, because technically, when a person is embraced, they lose all their humanity.
I think that depends upon which version of vampires you're looking at. Most of mine are still capable of feelings.
Oh, I know.
And that's a human tendency. Therefore, they can still fall in love. Therefore, they can still have lovers.
I'm so confused. When he said, like, gay love, I'm so confused. Huh?
Because the original
Can have
movie,
love?
they weren't.
What?
So they changed the plot line.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
They're
No,
always
that-
changing the plot line.
Yeah.
Why are you even mentioning that? They do that all the time.
Yeah.
No,
And, like,
one of
again,
them be a Martian.
All right, then I'm not sure how that fits into anything, but let's go with it. Was that during the day? Daywalkers, I guess that would definitely make vampires a little bit more scary because, you know, they could be anywhere, anytime, but again, not really.
Again, that wouldn't really be horror. That'd be sci-fi.
I also see it.
I was thinking of the movie Pitch Black, because technically it's sci-fi, it's on a planet, but there's things out there in the dark that will kill you.
I think it's listed on
And they
some
have
of
to
the-
they have to run like mad that they can get back to the ship before, while darkness falls.
I think another thing with, like, vampires and stuff, and, like, things like the Fae and stuff, is you know how to deal with them. So, like, it's not that big of a deal. And, like, if you do get bit or something, you're dead. That's it. Or you're, like, turned, and it's, like, not the end of the world. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm suicidal. I don't know.
That was the other thing also, though, is that in the old RPG style, dealing with the vampire games, it was a lot, it wasn't, oh look, now I'm a vampire. It was a time process where your human side died. And in the role play, you actually had to go through that. It pain
lot
like
of-
you would imagine.
A lot of the vampires would have to do that, though.
Also,
That's
like,
why my books include that, with the more friendlier vampires.
also with, like, roleplay, you mean, like, role-playing games and stuff?
Yes, it started out as a role play, and that's where Dad's definition of vampire comes from.
The way I
is
look
the
at that
game.
then is
The
just like
VTM.
they're just created by humans, so like you just change it in your brain or something. Or also it's just a role play game. Not deadly. They're fake.
They're going to the grotto if you know it.
God, now we're talking about completely different things. You guys aren't paying attention at all.
That's probably because we're rambling.
Pay attention! My
Um,
God.
they're, well, maybe we should call it a night since they're no longer paying attention and we're rambling.
Here, let's talk about random
What
stuff.
about Morpheus? The Marvel's saying is it considered a horror?
It did pop up while there.
I'm just saying it's a
Same-
newer movie,
Same with
and a
Doctor
lot of
Strange.
people throw it underneath the Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange popped up with it.
Morpheus was scarier than Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything in Doctor Strange being scary. But what about the new movie Morpheus? Those of you who've seen it, do you think it is horror? Because I know a lot of Marvel fans were not happy with it because it was scarier than most of their movies.
A lot of my people I heard, they just didn't like it because it was cringy as fuck.
It was a bit cringy, but it was also closest to what I would consider horror for Marvel. Not saying it falls into that category, that's why I'm asking their opinion. For me, it was close just mostly because of the gore.
Yeah, from what I've heard from my people is they're just like, that shit was so cringy and so bad. Ugh. But yeah, and I think they put Doctor Strange in with horror because it was technically made by a horror director and it had a little more spooky aspects like the Wanda chase scene, her brutally destroying what's
You're
his
talking
name.
about the multiverse then, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Well, I thought you meant Doctor Strange the movie, the first
Yeah,
one.
I mean, in general, he's horrifying. He's so deadly while he goes and transcends time and space and fixes his hand. Not fixes his hand. It's so horrifying that he doesn't fix his hand. I'm scared of Doctor Strange. No, wait, I'm not scared by horror. People are scared by Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is not scary, he's strange, as if his name depends. But I thought you were talking about the first one. Multiverse was, especially the scene with Wanda and the zombies, was close.
Yeah, it was a little closer.
I won't say that it was scary,
Yeah,
but it was close.
I'd say it had like 10 to 20%.
Honestly, I
kind
think
of spooky.
Morpheus was scarier than that.
Yeah.
Scene.
Yeah.
Or scenes, I guess it would be. There's a couple of them in there. Hi, Sam. We're discussing horror movies.
Oh my
Throw
God.
in your opinion.
Sam, are you actually going to pay attention to this? Because these people have their own conversation. Here, I'm going to talk about random stuff. Water is wet. We're technically lava monsters. You know that? There's a science video about that. We're technically lava monsters.
I like lava monsters.
Yeah. Anyways, let's just talk about random shit and see if we can get their attention. Fuck, what do I say to get their attention?
You're very good at randomness. This is why I brought up Morpheus, to see if we could get some people engaged, because I thought it's a newer movie.
Yeah.
Maybe some people who don't do horror like myself.
Yes, water is wet. Sam is paying attention.
Yay, Sam at this point.
Sam gets a cookie. Woo!
Dr. Strangelove was a funky movie. Let's ride a nuke into the city. Whee!
I've never
Yes,
heard of
okay.
that one.
Well, they were flying a bomber, and one of the base commanders went a little cuckoo, and they were trying to either shoot down the American bomber or get a code to them to turn the bomber around.
Does that make it a military horror flick?
Not really. I don't even
Military
consider
in
it a horror
general is
flick.
horror. Have you seen the military? Yeah. Also, here, how about this kind of discussion? What is everyone's favorite cookie? What cookie is the best in existence? I'll go first. I say white chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies, especially from Subway. What about y'all?
I like,
You can do this.
well, peanut butter are good, oatmeals are good. I think my favorite Subway one would be the raspberry cheesecake. Or they had that raspberry lemonade. That one was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
The raspberry lemonade one with the little sprinklies on
That's
top.
true. I'm putting
I
that,
wish they'd bring that back. That was so good.
I'm putting that as a second to first.
I like the little oval Pepperidge Farms with their little soft cookie with mint in the middle.
Yeah,
Yes.
those are good. Those are good. Those are good.
Chocolate oatmeal cookies are good.
Yeah.
You don't put chocolate and oatmeal together. That's sacrilege. Of course, I'm not a big chocolate fan, so I apologize.
I was
I'm
about
not.
to say she just hates chocolate. No,
I
there's
can
nothing
live
against
without
Sam.
chocolate, so no offense to you, Sam. I'm not a chocolate person.
Yeah. Also, again, everyone, random applause for Sam for paying attention. We stand. Amazing. We shall get
Monster
you.
cookies.
Monster. Are you talking about the ones with the M&Ms in them, Sam, or are you just talking about really big cookies?
All right,
God, I want
multi-talented
cookies
Bree.
now. Multi-talented. Oh, good night, bestie.
I added you. It's okay. Weird like that.
You're fine, Sam.
You're among friends. Don't worry.
You're
Oatmeal
With
cookie,
honey
right?
on them.
That's an interesting flavor.
I might
Yeah.
have to try that.
Gerard is in the conversation again. He's paying attention.
Okay, so you're talking about the M&M cookies. Okay.
Hey,
I know
Gerard.
which monster cookies you're talking about,
Sun-
yes.
Sunday when
Again,
we were
I can do without.
Sunday when we were out and about, you should have seen all of the honey hives they had out in the fields. They were all along our routes. Maybe probably a good 100, 150
We had a lot of
hives.
hives, yes. Of course, luckily it's cold and we didn't run into anything.
Yeah.
Friday's video will be awesome. Lots of abandoned places. Check it out, Sam. You'll love it. Vegas, check it out. It'll be great. Awesome. There's a lot of K2 activity. Very, very cool. Very, very fun. It was great. I'm waiting for him to finish sending me an edit, and we'll get that up. It will be at 3 p.m. our usual premiere time.
Yeah, it turns out that apparently the children that were at the old church grounds kind of cocooned me against the wind, because when I got back with the video, it sounds like I'm in the middle of a hurricane. Not
I
very
don't
fun.
do pumpkin pie either, Sam.
Oh, pumpkin pie sounds good.
Sam's gonna make one, and I'll have him send you a slice.
I'll take a pound of whipped cream with mine.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Can I just have whipped cream?
There you go. There you go.
Can I just have whipped cream now?
Well, I'll take a French silk pie myself. That's pure heaven right there.
Sweets now. Fuck.
Okay, this is a bad discussion to have before we go shopping tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna walk out with 50 things of sweets.
Small throwback when I was in college, my first year, to get ready, prepped for finals week. I had a slice of French silk pie and a coffee drink called a Snicker bar. I swear I didn't blink for 3 days.
Yeah.
What? Just a little hyper, you know.
Yes, gotta have the whipped cream. Yeah, baby.
Gotta have the whipped cream.
Yeah, I was literally thinking earlier, like, I think I might get some cheesecake this time.
Yeah, what a concept.
Now I'm like, cheesecake, cookies, pumpkin pie. Let me see, what else? Some more cream puffs, because those are good.
If everything works right, we may also have pumpkin carving on Thursday too.
Yes.
Never had pumpkin? Gerard, you're a sad man.
What is
Don't-
wrong with you?
Don't
You are
don't they sell it
heartbreaking.
in the stores in the UK, Gerard? Here in the UK, you can go buy one that's pre-made
Not,
and heat it up.
not going to buy
I
a
mean,
pumpkin
they even
for
have
myself.
little mini pumpkin pies too.
Yeah. You
Like,
don't need to
only
make
about
it
3 inches
yourself.
across.
You don't
Don't have
need
to share with anybody else. Just scarf it all yourself.
Now, if I'm gonna have pie, I want pistachio. No, pistachio. Oh my god. Pecan. That's it.
Pecan. Yeah.
Pecan pie. That's what I want.
Now that is a southern thing.
I'm tired, guys. Can you guys tell I'm tired?
I was like, what did you want me to piss?
All right, Sam wants to watch us carve pumpkins. Now,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, I have seen this, and I'm going to get one. They have gray pumpkins.
Abandoned and Forgotten Whales. I'm so jealous of you. I want cheesecake.
Maybe I want cheesecake too. I love cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake's good.
Cheesecake's awesome.
Fuck, can we go to Walmart?
I did see from my family vlogs that it's a lot easier to clean those things out if you start the process by cutting open the bottom instead of the top.
How the fuck did we never thought about that?
I don't know that. I saw them do that and I'm like, holy shit!
Pistachio pudding does sound delicious. I love pistachios.
I don't like pistachios, but I like pecan.
I've
Yeah.
never tried pistachio anything, but I'd be willing to try if it was just like pistachio flavor.
Pistachio ice cream's delicious. I bet pudding is awesome.
No.
The only time you can have pumpkin where I live. Sir, are you talking about like getting a pumpkin and making it yourself? Like you don't have to do
Killer,
that. You just
New
go
York,
in the store.
Phil.
You can get
Ooh, that sounds good,
pumpkin filling in the store, right, Gerard?
That too, like Bestie, you don't have to make it
I've
yourself.
never had anything pumpkin spice.
I can't stand
Anything.
pumpkin spice. Of course, I don't like pumpkin anything, but that's another story.
I have no idea, but I think I would like pumpkin spice. That sounds good.
We'll buy you a pumpkin spice latte and see what you think.
Cool. I can make a killer New York style cheesecake.
Oh,
Oh, Sam,
Sam.
I'm jealous.
We're recording Tennessee, Sam. Dude.
Yes,
Sam, we're fucking
We're just gonna adopt you,
recording.
Sam. You don't have to cook for us. We can't. I could probably make cheesecake because it's fairly easy, but
I'm sorry. I'll join you. I do a lot of the cooking and the baking. I haven't tried baking yet because we haven't been able to do that, but I want to try baking, so I'll be happy to help.
Wells is already packing. He's got cheesecake in the fridge.
yeah, I saw that.
Ugh.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Pay
So
attention.
many yummies. Smoked a ton of clove and can't stand the taste anymore.
What does clove have to do with pumpkin spice?
Oh,
Why are you
got them
smoking
out.
clove to begin with?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could smoke clove.
One for
Me
Thanksgiving. Come on down.
You like a next level spiritualist or something? I'm gonna smoke some clove and I'm gonna get so
And Sam, if
grounded.
I could afford to, I would come down, bro, and I would spend Thanksgiving with you.
Oh!
Actually, on the way down, I picked up a turkey on the side of the road.
We have lots of turkeys up here.
Hey, the other day it was so funny because we had deer go by the car, we had pheasant go by the car, we had turkeys go by the car. And I'm like, all we need, yep, there's a llama.
Yeah, I won't have any of the turkey, but you guys can enjoy it. I'll stick to the desserts and everything. You got mashed potatoes, corn, green beans? I'll scarf those.
And I love clove in cooking or fruit history.
What the
Oh,
fuck
it must
is
be talking
fruit
to
history?
Gotcha.
I think he's addressing History Hunter when it for the
Talk
history
about
part.
clove.
Oh!
Yeah, about the
clothes are
fermented fruit.
Well,
No,
cloves.
he uses cloves when he's cooking fruit. It's a seasoning.
Oh, he's cooking fruit?
Usually I used to use
Yeah, I don't
clove oil.
understand that either.
Oh, why would you do that?
Back in the day, I used to use clove oil to numb out my mouth for
Yeah,
dental
I've heard
problems.
of that, yeah.
Also known as amethol. The mashed potatoes.
Damn it, Sam, we're coming to you. We're teleporting over. I want the mashed potatoes. Sam, give me the mashed potatoes.
Okay, small history note. They used to actually ship people via the U.S. mail. Angel, get a box.
It's one time.
Hey, Trinity. Yeah, for some reason they actually now, those boxes have to be, is there anything living, dangerous, possibly hazardous?
I remember like challenges and stuff people were doing on YouTube. Somebody actually died from it, if I remember correctly. And I'm just like, why are you this stupid?
If I remember, I think one of the persons died because they got loaded into an airplane. Yeah, they're bowling or something upstairs. Grab the steak.
Don't make me do it, bitch.
Yeah, Gerard, that's what I was using mine for, and well, sadly, I don't have the
Thank you,
problem
Trendy.
there.
I appreciate it. I don't think I have you. Hang on. I need to go add this.
We will try, Trinity. You have a good one as well.
Have a good night.
We will
Goodbye,
give you a couple of
Trinity.
extra subscribers there.
Clove oil is good for toothache. Didn't you just say that?
Yes, I think you
Yep.
just agreed.
Yep.
Oh, and anyways, back. Do we have a conversation? Should we call it a night, or should we just be random and shit for another?
It's being random as shit. No clove
Smoke
can
is
be.
a narcotic critic. Interesting. Hookah.
Oh.
I think Mike's ex used to use a hookah that way.
That's
Spiritual
so weird.
ceremonial. Interesting.
Does that mean it's like this the sage?
Kind of.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking because I was like, yeah, you could. It has spiritual properties and everything, magical properties. So like maybe they're using it like that because.
Not with when they're cooking fruit. They're
Oh.
Not when they're making spiritual fruit.
I don't know what Gerard is doing. He's being weird. I still can't understand somebody would cook fruit. Like, no, the fuck? You have that in the summer because it's cold and
It's
refreshing.
almost a synthetic marijuana. Interesting.
Interesting.
Weird.
We do have the vote coming up next month.
Shut up.
See if they it will allow recreational. Right now we're just on medicinal, I guess.
Oh, I want a medicinal.
Medicinal? Okay.
Yeah, that word.
That word.
Medicinal. Shut up!
I'm tired, my head hurts, and they're not helping in any way, shape, or form. Do I close cigarettes along?
I remember they used to have gum that was a clove as well.
I
the
know
local candy
nothing. I know
stores.
clove oil.
I'd love to have a fruit salad as well. Angel will enjoy a fruit salad.
Fruit salad? What are we talking about?
For the
Salad.
Thanksgiving meal.
Sam.
Sam.
Texas will never budge, sadly.
I do not like fruit salad.
She doesn't like mixed.
I don't like mixed anything. I'm very picky.
You know, the only thing I do wonder about with Texas there, Hunter, is that you got to imagine how big of a state Texas is. There's got to be places around there to hide. Not saying to do anything illegal, but the other day when we were...
We do not advocate crimes or breaking or bending the law.
No.
But we do know that there's places out here in South Dakota that while we were in some of those areas, that there was like nobody around for 2 hours. You're so far out in the toolies that,
You can
yeah.
totally kill somebody.
We know where you can hide the body. Don't take modern medicine, even the dog attack video. I told EMS I don't want anything unless it's natural.
I don't trust you.
I kind of understand. I can take drugs all day long and
Yeah.
they don't do jack.
Sue's kind of like the Rubik's Cube. You know, it'll work for one side, but after she's tried it once, it's maybe a 10% chance it'll work.
Good night, whales.
Night whales, and also I want raspberry cheesecake. That's my favorite. Give it.
Yeah.
Give it.
Give. Even in the dog attack, were you attacked by a dog and you just used what, like herbs and shit?
That's what it sounds like.
No, bestie. Oh my god.
I love sweet potatoes, especially with marshmallows.
That sounds
Yum.
good. I want that.
Great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
sit down,
Excellent.
Oh, I would love that.
Joe's mom makes those every year, and I have to divide them up between everybody else.
And then she takes the rest of the ball herself.
Joe does stuffing. I can't stand stuffing. I don't do soggy anything. So I told you I'm picky.
I'll just do everything that's like, shut up! I'll just do everything that's like the veggies and stuff. I hate like 99% of meat, so.
Good night, Junard. I'm glad you love to cook. I have not ever learned to cook. Angel's kind of into
Ooh.
cooking.
That's not good, Hunter.
Ooh.
Girl, go to the doctor or man or whatever the fuck you are. Go, the fuck. Oh my god.
Pit bulls are not good. They tend to yeah.
No, they're fine. They just gotta be trained good.
Yeah,
Have
they're
good
trained in
humans.
caves, you know.
But yeah, like no, don't just use herbs and stuff. Oh my god. Well, everyone say goodbye to Hunter. It was nice knowing them. Ay,
I'm glad you're doing okay, Hunter.
Glad you are healing up though, man.
still, oh my god, I can't. These people confuse the fuck out of me. I don't get it.
He sounds a lot like my buddy Sage. I used to have a friend who actually still lives around here, and
I've seen ages of Brazilian.
yeah, he basically lives in the outdoors. He set up a lean-to and everything, and every once in a while he'll come into town and needs something specialized. But
I'd love for Sage to meet Angel because I remember the first time I met him, he looked at me and he goes, "Your aura is so colorful."
the thing I always thought was so funny is that he was the one that basically said, "Well, shoot, we can make you ambidextrous." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Everyone can become ambidextrous.
If you're patient enough, I'm not patient enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, pimples have a bad rap, but most of them are fairly decent if they're raised right.
Yeah, you just gotta not
I'm sorry
be
you snapped
stupid
though. That's
about
kind of sad. Suck you. Angel, you want to see if you can see what that camera is over there on the level? Because this one is at 32.
Level like
The
The battery.
power battery
ah.
thingy. If it'll let you pull it down.
It's at like a half.
It's at like half?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're fine then. We've got 7 people, we're losing people, so do we want to call it a night as we're dropping people, or do we want to wait until we get down lower? Or?
Let's see how far we can go.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, I'm glad they're taking precautions now, but it seems like they should have done that sooner.
That just sounds like the owner being bad if it's happened more than once.
Yeah.
Not the pit bull, sounds like the owner.
Up by my mom and dad's place, there was a dog across the street that had attacked at least one person, and then when they bit the mailman, I guess that was pretty much, that's when they had to take and go talk to the owner and say, you know, this has happened more than once, we need to address the issue, so. I'm willing to move up and on potty trained.
Come on, Sam, we'll adopt you.
Yeah. We have a few
Although I don't know that
locations.
South Dakota has much to offer.
Dude, South Dakota's fucking boring.
What part of Tennessee are you located in?
I feel like I should know this, and I don't.
The Great Smoky Mountain area, closer to North Carolina.
I think he's near North Carolina, because I know he's Mount Wolfenhound, and they're in the North Carolina area. And I know Lori's in that area too, but I don't know where she's at, because I'm brain dead at the moment.
Well, if he's in a hilly area, he
Well, I'm glad he has to cover your bills at least, has 300, that's good.
Southern Middle Tennessee, so
Southern Middle, that Southern Middle, that makes sense.
you probably fit in well in the foothills area here, if it's not too terribly hilly where you're normally at, so. Hey, Johnny Small Pepper!
Why is your name made like that? That's so weird.
Because he wants everybody to know he's small.
Johnny
Uh-huh.
Small Pepper. That's how I read it. Johnny Small Pepper. Yeah, I just scream.
Johnny Big Pepper.
Half an hour, an hour and a half from south of Nashville.
We used to actually have a Nashville here in South Dakota, I found out. Then they changed the name to Harding. Wow. New fence and a box of 9mm shells. Dang.
Okay, I feel like that's a little
Yeah,
much if he has to pay for all of that. God damn.
Oh, it hurts. I need to take some Tylenol, and I need to eat, and I need to live it. Not necessarily my doctor. Do we want to do a shared meal, or do we want to do something else tonight, guys?
Oh, let's do a shared meal.
Do we want to do pizza, or no? Wait, we did the Salisbury. We don't have anything left, do we? Besides pizza.
I think pizza's
Okay. In that case, we have to turn on the oven.
Oh wow, Saga is apparently better in the background.
Alright, so well,
Night,
you have a good
Son.
night. Rest well. We'll catch you later.
I'm so used to typing hi that I almost did it again. If you guys want to keep talking, I'm going to turn on the oven. I need to take some drugs, and I need to eat in order to take some more drugs.
Well, I guess we'll end it there.
Pizza with ranch on it? Why? Sam! You don't put ranch on pizza unless you're... I think you put ranch on is like garlic bread.
Yeah, that's what you use the crust for.
The crust, yes.
The rest
The
of
rest
the
of the
pizza,
pizza, no. That's not a thing.
Reminds me of that commercial we saw on TV, remember?
Yes!
Little
The lady
Caesars?
says,
Yeah.
they're heating up the pizza?
Yeah, yeah.
No!
It's good.
No, Sam, no!
I can work with it.
I was gonna say I'm fine with it.
You like, well, maybe I just don't like ranch enough. I don't know.
Yeah, I
You ever,
enjoy some
Sam,
things.
have you ever tried that garlic butter stuff that they have at Papa John's? With the cheese bread? Horror movie is about creating fear. I love it.
Again, I don't do horror movies. This is what I'm learning from this conversation. I don't do
Yes,
horror
we've learned
movies.
that Angel does not do horror
We're down
movies
weird like
because
that.
nothing scares her except for people and for crime. It's okay. We're weird we're weird in different ways.
Sam, back in the glory days when I used to play AD&D with my twin brother, figure that one out.
Oh,
It gets so funny because they would order
Oh, I'm
2
so
pizzas,
hungry.
and I'd order 2 things of the garlic bread, and that's all I would eat. It's just the garlic bread with the garlic butter. Oh,
Sam, I'll enjoy the
I play AD&D until 4 in the morning.
I'll enjoy the pizza with you if I can just like dip it in the ranch, because I'm trying with that. Mom can call us insane, but I'll vibe.
I am so busy.
You're gonna try to fucking call me insane while you're busy ascending to God?
Yes.
God, I cannot see your face at all. You're positioned perfectly. You're just a silhouette.
Have either of you guys heard of something that's called garbage bread before? And it sounds weird,
That
but
sounds
trust me,
disgusting.
it's great. That basically what it is, it's a ball of dough with cheese, with some sauce in it. And then
Yes,
you just tear
man.
off a piece and dip and yum.
A lot of people might look at it insane, but it's kind of good, especially if you have like the right pizza. Like I do that sometimes when we got like, what was it, like Pizza Hut we got?
Usually it's Pizza Hut,
Pizza Hut, I do cheese, and I sometimes
No.
dip it in because it's good. It's not bad.
No, garbage bread is the name of it. We used to have a place here in town called Smiley's, and it was a pizza joint. And they had pizza rolls, but then they also made a big dough ball about the size of a softball. and it had cheese in it, it had pizza sauce, and if you liked it with, sausage and pepperoni, sometimes they make those. It all depends on how you like them. It's almost like a garlic knot,
Why did they call it garbage bread though?
Because it basically would take the end of a bit of pepperoni and they throw that all into the dough. Like, instead of throwing it in the garbage, they threw it into the dough. Just the nickname they came up with it.
So good.
I know. Yes, Pizza Hut, cheese,
Yeah,
bread,
baby.
dip and rinse, all through.
Dude, Sam.
Yep, you got it, Ian. You got it, Ian.
Sam, I love you. You are fantastic. We're teleporting to you. You and I can enjoy the pizza and stuff. We can make Thanksgiving dinner. We'll all hang out. It'll be Gucci. I'll inhale the potatoes.
Now, granted, Sam, when you get up here, we'll have to talk to you about what were those pasties?
Pasties.
Yep. One of the things that they have up in Deadwood are these pasties, and they've got like about 12 varieties of them. That Sue's, was it cousin? Aunt? They're what they used to serve to the workers at the mine. But they got all sorts of different ones. They got some with pizza filling in them. They got some that are biscuits and gravy in them. Just all sorts of delicious things. And they make them by scratch. It's really kind of awesome that way. Of course, then there's the term runses. I don't know if you've heard of those before.
Oh no, Sam, you're not the only person who says Gucci. Angel says it all the time. It's one of her favorite words. It's Gucci.
I say it all the time.
You're definitely not the only person who says it. Oh.
Welcome to the Food Channel on the Bud Network. Yeah, my mom learned how to make them in Nebraska, and then she basically brought the recipe up here. Everything made by scratch, cabbage, a little meat, some onion, and a bread, basically small roll. And yeah, they don't last very long at our house. Kind of like the turkey fritters that usually they have right after Thanksgiving. I'm Gucci.
If you told me that you were Gucci, Sam, I would say, are you a Gucci purse or a Gucci bag?
That.
Because I'm user not logged in.
Uh-oh.
Cool. Apparently I'm not logged in.
Oh, no.
It randomly popped up, user not logged in. I'm like, not logged into what?
I was gonna say.
Dude, I say that all the time too, Sam. People are like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm Gucci, I'm vibing. Something's good. I'm just gonna be like, that's some Gucci shit right there.
True.
Oh, yeah.
We learned one thing that was kind of interesting at one of the tours that we took, that those pasties, the main reason why they cooked them the way they did is they would take them down into the tunnels and heat them up around the equipment. And then what they would do is, after the pasty heated up, is they could tear off the outer layer that was covered in, the
Dust
and debris, and then eat the interior, and it was fine. So I'm like, hey, if you can make it edible and not kill yourself, even better.
Hell yeah.
Gucci.
Sam's a Gucci bag apparently.
Hell yeah. I'll be a Gucci purse then.
Spare change.
smaller than
Cheap.
he
There
is.
you go.
Oh. It depends on how people ask me how I am. Most people don't ask me how I am, they ask me what is up. If you ask me what is up, every time I will tell you the ceiling.
Every fucking time.
Unless I'm outside, then I will say the sky, which doesn't happen very often. But
That
if you ask me what is up, I will tell you what is literally above my head.
That happened one time with my friend. I was sitting on the porch and she messaged me and she was like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, well, currently the roof of my porch, balcony thing.
What's up? There.
Nothing. The thing above my head, the sky.
Right now, a dart. Oh.
Woo!
Also, I've seen a lot of people, especially on YouTube lately, they'll ask me, what is good? And-
Good. Nothing in my life.
And so I will answer randomly. Ice cream is good. Candy is good. Apple's good. Whatever pops into my head that I like.
Yeah.
They're like, what's good? And they're just like, what is with this woman? I'm like,
I'm
what?
good.
That's
G-U-D. Bad speller. B at Mark D.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a smart. I've been called a smart ass all my life, Sam. It's
Her name is officially Sue Smartass Bud. So. Yeah.
No, they know better than to call me a smart ass, because then I'll break into the whole asinine points of my ass went to college, so I'm a smart ass. Yours did. You're a dumbass. Yeah, just get the girls gonna.
if you ask me how it goes, then I'm gonna ask how goes what.
Are
you talking about the car?
Lefty loosey, righty tighty?
Be more specific what we're talking about.
Hey, DPS!
My brain, when somebody just says how's it goes, it's just like nothing. I'm not
Hey,
going anywhere.
bluegrass.
I'm just sitting.
Well, we were discussing horror movies. Now we're just kind of randomly chatting for reasons. We're enticing Sam. We're kidnapping him.
We're kidnapping him. He's becoming my new best friend.
We would say it's a hostage situation, but I don't think anybody would believe us. And he seems good with it.
He seems happy. He's like, yeah, bring me.
It was either that or we were going to ship Angel down there in a box.
We love you too, Sam. We're always like this. We're very chaotic. The more tired we get, the more chaotic, at least on my part.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a busy signal in about 5 minutes.
I'm also literally known as like the low-key variant, so yeah, it's just chaos all around. So yeehaw.
Angel is our Loki child. She's very chaotic. We're all very chaotic in our own little ways.
It's fun because I'm a Loki variant. I worship the actual god Loki. I'm a chaos witch. It's just chaos on chaos on chaos, and it's just like it's good.
I'm glad you enjoy our chaos because we enjoy ourselves. We enjoy you. You're a sweetheart.
Oh yeah, you're fucking awesome, man. What is happening with my nose?
I don't
Why
like
is it
what is
getting
happening
clogged?
with your nose. Should we be worried about this? Do we need to take you to see somebody? Have you been huffing again?
No need to be nosy. Oh no!
Oh, now Sam's done it. Did you see what he typed? Now he's done it.
Yeah! Oh my god! What the
Scared the girl.
Oh.
Well, Angel is not Gucci.
No, it's fast, so fast.
Joe scared the.
Hey, big guy.
But also, yeah, Sam, you're my new best friend. I don't
Angel
care
is
what you have to
awesome,
say about
identifies-
it. What you're saying about this, you're my new best friend. Thank you.
We are having fun. We do this a lot. This is our family conversations a lot of nights. Sometimes we will just start talking about random stuff and it will go into deep. Oh, now he's done it again.
Yes!
You've become her new best friend, Sam. She's all about Odin and Loki and all those Norse peoples.
Yeah, baby! Oh! Sam,
You
I
just
love
made a
you.
new friend, Sam.
You're my new best friend.
Now maybe
You
you start
have-
using Facebook.
You have.
Oh,
Oh my god. Ah!
The horror.
We have to mention it properly. Facky book.
Facky book.
The Facky book. Do you have a Facky book account?
Oh, yeah. Facky book.
Facky book.
Oh, amazing.
But we-
10 out of 10.
Ugh, I'm not getting tired at all.
Oh no,
No,
DPS.
no, DP. Both of you can be my best friends.
Hey, DPS, I thought you wanted to be my friend. No, we can share.
There will be a tug of war in about 5 minutes.
Friends, okay? We will all be best of friends.
Yeah, Angel's very into the pagan ways, Sam. Very into the pagan ways.
I'm pagan. I'm an eclectic pagan.
She identifies as an eclectic pagan. I identify as existing.
I'm
Me
alive.
and a meat popsicle. Oh.
Cool.
Mothra?
Interesting, Big Ben.
Apparently Ben, she knows what that means, and I do not. I know nothing, Ben. My knowledge is about this big.
She's big brain.
I have big brain. Big brain. No, I will be honest, I know nothing about much of anything.
Yeah. Also, Viking blood. Don't we have like Norwegian?
We're Scandinavian.
Yeah, there's probably Viking blood in
We
here.
go back into Sweden and parts of
I'm pretty sure there's some on
Norway.
my side as well. I even traced
Yeah.
mine as far as down
Yeah.
as well.
I see my grandmother's last name, maiden name, spelled 3 different ways. So
Yeah.
we're highly Scandinavian in that regard.
You know what we should pick back up? We should pick back up to putting the doctor and son at the end of it, at the end of the names. Like Loki Loki.
Oh, got you.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired and confused. My head hurts. I'm sorry.
And like Sylvie Lofi doctor. That's cool. It sounds cool. We just need one.
You know I would butcher it even more if you did, right?
Yeah.
I'm already butchering names.
Hey, Randy. We got the RPI in the house.
When it comes to
Sam
names,
also knows it.
see, and everybody knows everything but me. I know nothing.
Yeah.
Of course, I've not studied anything. I refuse to study.
Yeah.
The most reading I do is fiction. I almost said non-fiction, but that's not right.
Yeah, you love nonfiction.
Non-function, right?
I'm non-function right now.
Non-function.
Non-funky, non-fluky. Okay, all right.
She's struggling. She's struggling.
It's been a long day. I'm tired. My head hurts. I have one brain cell, and it's roaming around my brain trying to find friends.
It's bonking around like the old DVD loading screen thing, or like the when you're absent.
Angels learned some runes. I don't know if they're Viking ones though. Loki
I-
is like
Loki, the boat builder, Vikings. That's the TV show Vikings.
Oh,
I have-
got you.
I've not studied the Viking runes yet, though. It's funny you talked about that because I literally I got a book on Amazon all about the runes and everything. So that's like funny that you brought that up. But also, yeah, I gotta agree with that, Big Ben. Yeah. But yeah, I worship him and Lady Athena from the Greek pantheon because they're cool. It's also fun because they're both total like opposites and everything. Athena is like very mature and royal looking, and Loki just comes and he's like, cookies? Bonk. Why did that happen at the same time? You heard that? It's like cookies knock knock. He's like, you talking about cookies? You talking about me?
I apologize, everybody. I'm running on about 4 hours of sleep.
She's struggling. It's okay.
Sleep and I are not friends.
No.
We
Yeah,
are
you know,
not
speaking
friends.
terms.
No, we're not even speaking terms.
Oh yeah, I didn't even comment on this or show it, but yeah, I cut my hair. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I cut my hair.
If you get back in here, there you go. Now they can see your hair.
I cut my hair. It used to be kind of long and I grew it out, but I cut it.
Okay, history.
You're an easy learner. I'm a hard learner. I'm dyslexic and everything comes to me backwards, so I have to translate it, and I'm slow, and I don't speak English.
If it's something, that's funny because she doesn't speak English, but I speak English, and I'm learning Norwegian and Greek and Czech and Spanish at the moment. But yeah, if it's something I like that I'm really interested in, I will learn all about it. I will ramble your head off about it if I wanted to. But if it's something I hate, like fucking math, no. No.
DPS says your hair looks really pretty.
Thank you.
She's very proud of it. She usually cuts it herself.
Yeah.
I have to go put the pizza in the oven because I need to take drugs. And while Angel made pasta earlier, I did not eat very much of it because, well, we could not get it to taste.
We were struggling. We were struggling with it. Dude, math sucks
thing.
so much. You doing good over there?
I know. I'm doing something.
You're-
What I'm doing, nobody knows. It is a secret to mankind.
Howdy, Jonathan.
Struggling.
Party.
Oh my god!
Mm.
Stop trying to break the apartment.
No,
Yeah.
can't make me.
Dude, you should totally do it, Sam. The Norwegian language is so chaotic and fun, and I love it. And a lot of the words are just like so fun
that
to say.
reminds me. Did you know Libby does multiple languages?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I found that out the other day when I was changing Libby to the new phone. I gave that one to David, the old
Yeah.
one to David.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to check
So you
around
can practice reading in different languages.
Hell
I don't know
yeah.
what you actually know, but
Yeah,
I
probably
know
do.
that. I don't know if they have any of your languages, but they have other languages.
Yeah, I could pull up like Warrior Cats and see if they got it in Norwegian or Greek.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on the timer.
Maths can kiss my ass. Yes,
Where you from?
exactly, Big Ben. Exactly. Math.
She has to learn math to pass her GPA. What's a GPS? That's not the letters. This is what happens when I'm tired. I know stuff, but it doesn't seem like I know stuff.
They won't let me learn how to go anywhere until I learn math. They're holding me hostage.
I know something somewhere.
Sometimes,
You forgot to bring DPS snacks.
oh, how dare you!
I forgot to bring my own snacks.
Hang on, I'll grab a couple Kit Kats.
Oh,
I should have grabbed Kit Kats. I went right by them too.
Hey, Jennifer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tired. Hi, Jennifer. We were discussing horror movies, but we kind of moved on to random whatever comes into our brains, which at this time of night is nothing. I have nothing in my head.
Any
right
weird
now.
UAP sightings?
You?
what? Yeah.
I have no idea what that is, Jonathan. Is that a CPS thing? No, not a CPS. SCP thing.
Yes, Child Protective Services.
Can you tell I'm tired? Anybody, can you tell I'm tired? My brain is
It's
functioning.
okay.
I need a jump start.
It's okay. You want a jumpstart now?
Fuse battery.
By the power of the dog.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Whoa.
Oh, interesting. No, not identified anything this recently. Flying air phenomenon. Ugh.
I haven't seen anything around the base, although they were talking about the
Got it.
21.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of unidentified flying phenomenons.
I'm sorry, whenever you say phenomenons, I'm just like, what?
Thing in sky, go by noise.
That's an unidentified flying object. It's an object that's flying.
Okay, fine. The object in the sky, it's unidentifiable. That's
Unidentifiable? That was a good word. I like that word.
Your stupidity is spreading to me. Oh.
Everything is a UFO, especially if it's in the sky.
If you can't identify what it is, it's unidentifiable.
Unidentical?
Unidentifiable.
Unidentical.
What's the word?
Unidentical? They are not the same. Everything is unidentical.
Unidentifiable. Unidentifiable.
There you go. There you go.
Your stupidity is spreading to me. Fuck you. Take the stupidity back.
I would love to go to Roswell. I think it would be fun. I think it would be hilariously entertaining.
I shouldn't have touched your head. Now your stupidity is spreading to me. I hate you.
Oh, one of these days I'd love to do is I would love to do, and I haven't figured out how, but I'm going to try to figure out how. I'd like to do a TV with us, with a movie, because Angel and I will comment, like Mystery Science Theater, we will comment during the movie. Not just yelling at the morons on the TV of what to do like you do in horror movies. We were just like, did you see that? Can you believe this?
Yeah. Or the absolute chaos.
Oh, you are back.
You have to shot down.
Thank you.
Like Lyle Crocodile and the
Lyle was
happiness virus that he was spreading to everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was definitely interesting. I had a thought and now it's gone. I don't have a thought anymore. But anyway, crazy. Trolls are crazy. At least we're popular enough to have one now.
Wow. It's
a. Uh-oh, Angel's brain is going. Gone. I've sunk the daughter.
Uh-oh. There was a busy signal and then a test pattern.
Oh, it's like a landmark thing.
It's a landmark thing? What the hell are you talking about? Hi, Kyle. You've broken the daughter.
Her
Here you go.
stupidity is sprung to me.
I just like how
Hey Kyle, I was going to ask you a funny thought. You got the Phillies playing the Astros. You realize both those teams were in the National League back in '81. They had to beat each other to get to the World Series. Now they got to play each other for the World Series. Ain't that a kick?
I am tired and my brain is at like 5%.
And she's spreading it to me.
And it's only getting worse.
Die, trolls, stupid a-holes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the late hour or just because we finally are big enough to get the trolls because we've never had one before.
We had 3 tonight so far.
Yeah.
No, we actually had 2 because that was the first one that just came back again. She got out of timeout. You can only time them out for like 300 seconds.
Gotcha.
Something like that. I don't remember. Oh.
16 physicists for a UFO hunt. That ought to be interesting.
A hunting we will go. A hunting we will go.
Hey,
I'm
Carol.
sorry.
You see what I deal with? Shake my head.
No. I'm tired and I'm weird. Deal with it.
No,
Well, you have to. You live here.
no. This is actually
I
a
had
phone
one
number.
last night. An unidentified flying object? That's cool, Sam.
You're
Yeah.
holding out pretty good, Carol. It's been an interesting evening so far.
Oh, I'm here. Roswell crash, 3 aliens recovered. I've heard that.
Yeah.
This is
They're hiding in Hangar 18 or whatever they want to call it. And
This is funny because earlier we were talking briefly about alien horror movies, and now we're talking about actual alien sightings and everything.
well, you know, the government doesn't want to admit that there's something that might have more knowledge than we've got.
Heaven forbid somebody have more knowledge than we do.
Well,
Everybody
back
has
in
more
the
knowledge
50s
than I
too.
do.
Well, they're also thinking that might be why we were all of a sudden in the 60s we're able to start building things like the SR-71.
Are we gonna surprise kidnap Sam, or are we gonna like have a date plotted out?
Hey, if we can find a place to put him, or if he can afford to move up, or we can afford to move down, I'm all for it.
It's undecided at the moment.
Thank you, Kyle. Oh my god. Well, telling ghost stories? No, we were earlier discussing horror movies and what makes a horror movie versus like just a scary story. We could tell some ghost stories or some creepypastas.
We were mostly wondering what makes a horror movie, and we've come to the discovery that the movies I watch are not horror apparently, so.
Yeah, we've decided that nothing is horror in Angel's book because nothing scares her. I'm scared of everything, so lots of things fall into that genre for me.
Yeah, when people answered us, they were mostly just like, yeah, horror is a good movie that, scares the shit out of you. And I'm just like, well, guess I don't watch horror movies now.
The history of Bloody Mary.
That's kind of a creepy, that's a paranormal game, or it's kind of a creepypasta story.
Hey, back
I
row.
would say it's more so a paranormal game.
It's now it's a paranormal game, but it's also kind of a ghost story.
Yeah, that's true. I think technically, I think we can combine it and just be like, yeah, paranormal ghost story game.
I'm with you, Jennifer. I don't watch frightening movies. I don't do horror at all, which is why it was not really contributing to the conversation earlier.
Jennifer, you and Mom can go watch happy, wholesome movies and everything.
Well, Jonathan, I think the reason why they're doing that is we got that new telescope out there, and it's picking up pictures like we've never imagined before. That James Watt Observatory. So
The Suspect, isn't that a crime
That sounds like a crime movie.
movie? Yeah. No, I'm thinking of The Fugitive, aren't I?
yeah,
What the hell is The Suspect?
I'm gonna say the suspect makes the horror movie. No, the suspect is like
Oh, that's the definition. I got it. I thought that was. Never mind. I told you, I tired, brain not working very good. I don't watch the news either, Jennifer. Although it's probably supposed to. I almost said crime was like get. I'm not tired.
we call it, some people call it legalized stealing. We call it politics. And then Angel shakes her head and goes away.
Suspense.
Like the music.
Like the music. Suspense can definitely make things more creepy.
Yeah.
I think music is definitely key to setting a creepy atmosphere.
I've done a lot of like video watching and studying on the behinds, the editing and everything, and I've come to kind of appreciate that kind of thing. Like if you go back and you look at like
Nightmare on Elm Street was a good movie.
if you look at like The Conjuring and a few of those other ones, you can really see how they studied all of that and everything.
Oh, well, Angel has yet to be on a date, and I can't think of a bad one that I've been on to.
I don't do dating, no. That shit gross.
I can't think of a bad day. Not that I did a ton of dating. I think I did maybe a handful before I met you. Sorry, Carol, we can't do scary stories / bad dates. We ain't got none.
I went on a date to discover that my date had a boyfriend. That was rather,
Really?
You can tell her about the goofiest date we were on, the coleslaw challenge.
Yeah, if you want to hear a funny story, check out our anniversary
You want
video.
coleslaw or coleslaw?
Our second date,
Or coleslaw?
it was hilarious. You got to watch the video.
Dude, me and Sam are just gonna be best friends.
Okay, you.
He doesn't date either. We're just gonna both vibe.
Oh, good.
He probably doesn't do it the same reason for me, but
Probably not. Angel identifies as asexual and aromantic.
yeah.
I had to think about that one for a minute.
I mean, kind of romantic because I've had 2 girlfriends, but for the most part, I'm just like, I'm not interested. Stay away from me, and like sex in general, just.
I haven't heard of a movie where people are spewing in their seats and walking out. I'll have to see if I can look that up.
I've never seen that before.
Okay, hang on, I gotta go get food. Because I need to take drugs.
Also, you, Joe Rogan.
That name's vaguely familiar.
I remember a clip of Joe Rogan when he was talking about there's a drug chemical that your pituitary gland produces, and it is primarily what they think your brain goes through when you die, and it gives you these really weird lucid dreams and stuff. It's actually on YouTube, the clip on it. It's very, very, very weird,
Dude,
to say
it
the least.
really fucking is, Sam. It really fucking is. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get why people are so interested in it. I'm so confused. Like, it just... And, like, a lot of people are like, yeah, I need it all the time. I'm like,
All right, back road, you have a safe one out there.
goodbye, back road. I've never met you before, but I'll say goodbye.
I like back roads.
We love back roads.
It's the best part of the state. We go here, there, and everywhere, and then I look at the map and go, guess what? That ain't on the map.
You just got
Joe goes on roads.
We've come to the conclusion, okay, I will be honest here. We have maybe 7 back roads. We have 7 roads. You got the interstate, which you could probably land a 747 on. You got highways, a little less than an interstate. They still work pretty good. Most of the time smooth. You've got roads. Those are like your regular street roads. Usually the asphalt's falling apart, snapping, all that fun stuff. Then you've got your gravel roads. These aren't bad because, there's usually enough gravel that, you've got traction. Then you have bare gravel roads where you can actually see the, beat down soil underneath where the gravel usually is. That starts making you a little concerned. Then you get to dirt roads. There's no gravel left, but pretty much you can see where the road is. Weeds on both sides of the road, still drivable. Then you have the grass built up in between where the tires are. Those are the ones that Sue starts to kind of cringe and ask if we're going to be okay. And I usually learn to drive very creatively.
And when you have a track that I can see, I'm not so bad. But a lot of the times he goes on a trail, which means it's a faint indication in the grass that somebody with a vehicle, probably a 4x4 or a ATV.
ATV.
I almost said ATV. And
we're driving an ATM. I'll take 20 to go.
Okay, guys, I'm going to bed now. I'm done.
I think Sue has ran out of brain power.
I am so done.
She's getting tired.
Sam, when we go to kidnap you, look for the writing ATM. We'll pick you up on it. If you need money, just use the ATM. It'll be face up. It'll be just fine. We're gonna write ATM.
This is what happens when I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. It's been a long day. I worked all day and it's drained my brain. There's
Guys,
nothing left.
it's been a fun night. We'll be catching you probably tomorrow with some video from the history piece, and then our Thursday night we'll do pumpkin slaughter.
Yes, we'll slaughter all the pumpkins. Slaughter, slaughter, slaughter. A lot of stabbies.
And then Friday we'll have our video of our latest excursion into unoccupied territory. So. You guys have a good night out there. Stay safe.
Good
Be
night.
safe.
Want to go cut your night off?
Goodbye, Sam and DP.
Good night, Sam. Good night, JP. Good night, Ben.
Later on.
I love you all. Good
Good night,
night.
Cheryl. Glad you all enjoyed it. Have a night. Good night, good night, good night.